Right, good evening, everyone. It's 6 o'clock. We want to be respectful of everyone's time. I just want to say welcome. I'm going to call the meeting to order, and we will start with introductions, starting to my right.
Good evening. I am Christine Smith, Clerk to the Board. Welcome.
Good evening. I am Arlissa Easton, Deputy Clerk to the Board.
Good evening. I am Mecklenburg County Commissioner Elaine Powell, representing District 1, Huntersville, Davidson, Cornelius, and North Charlotte. Welcome.
And I'm George Dunlap, elected by the people of District 3. Welcome.
Good evening and welcome again. My name is Mark Jarrell. I've been elected by the people of District 4. Also have the honor of serving as chairman of the board.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Arthur Griffin. I have the pleasure of serving as County Commissioner at Large.
Good afternoon. My name is Vilma D. Leak, and I represent the most powerful district in this county, and that's District 2. Will all young people stand up?
That's how you get them. That's how you get the seniors.
Thank you. Now will all the seniors stand up? Thank you. Have a great night. Have a great night.
Good evening. I'm Laura Meyer, and I represent District 5.
Good evening, everyone. It's so nice to see actual, real, living, breathing, passionate people here tonight. I'm Susan Rodriguez McDowell, and I have the honor of being elected by the people of District 6.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Mike Bryan, Mecklenburg County Manager.
Good evening, Tyrone Wade, County Attorney.
All right, thank you, everyone. Actually, I'm going to pull an audible. I'm gonna pull an audible on the invocation. Typically, an invocation is delivered by the board, but I'm gonna ask the Reverend Dr. Ricky Woods, would you come down and do the invocation for us tonight on this special occasion, please, sir? Give him a hand. I just put him on the spot. It was going to be Commissioner Meyer, but we decided to go in a different direction. So.
Again, I didn't know.
Dr. Woods.
Let's bow. How grateful we are for this day, for this community, and for this opportunity to serve. Grant us now the discernment and wisdom that we need for the moment that works toward the good of all. Amen.
Amen. If you will stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. And Dr. Woods, thank you so much. All right, everyone, we start every meeting trying to level set and remind this community what our mission, our vision, and our board budget priorities are. These are the elements and variables that help guide our discussion and our decisions, and we like to share it with everyone. So our mission is to serve Mecklenburg County residents by helping improve their lives and community. Our vision is that Mecklenburg County will be a community of pride and choice for people to live, learn, work, and recreate. Our FY26-27 board budget priorities are as follows: economic development, education, environmental stewardship, health equity and wellness, services for seniors, workforce development, and reducing racial disparities. Tonight, the purpose of this meeting is to conduct public hearings to receive comments, including the county manager's recommended budget for FY26-27. The board is here to listen to your comments, but we will not engage in any discussion. Your comments will be taken into consideration when the board begins its budget deliberations. Those deliberations are scheduled to take place on Thursday, May 28th at 9 a.m. at the Valerie C. Woodard Conference Center on Freedom Drive. Again, that's Thursday, May 28th at 9 a.m. at the Valerie C. Woodard Conference Center. The board is scheduled to adopt the FY26-27 budget on June 2nd during our regular meeting right here that'll be held right here in this chamber. The rules for speaking, I'm going to go through this now, even though we do have a little bit of business that we have to take care of, but we're going to go through the rules for speaking. An organization that's represented by no more than 3 people or an individual representing him or herself is allowed up to 3 minutes each to speak. Organizations with 4 or more speakers have a time allotment of up to 10 minutes for the total group. So one person can't dominate the whole thing if you want everyone to speak. The board reserves the right to alter these rules on a case-by-case basis as necessary for the efficient and effective conduct of business. We have not altered these rules. This is, we are going to stick to our normal rules, knowing that a lot of people have signed up to speak. Prior to speaking, please do this to help our clerks. State your name for the record. If you are speaking in place of someone, please indicate your name and the person that you're replacing. So those are just the rules for speaking. We have, let me make sure, just a little bit of housekeeping. There are 2 podiums down here. You can come to either side. I'll call the names. And then there are 2 podiums up top for those that may not be able to make their way down and back up. So we want to make sure we are accommodating everyone. And so as you come down, if you're on this side, you don't have to go all the way to the other side. You could just wait until somebody is finished and then go up. But we want to make things smooth. And the final thing that I would just say on this, everyone, there are a lot of people that are signed up to speak. You don't have to use the entire time. Because there'll be someone here that'll be sitting here for like 4 hours probably. So we want to make sure that we hear everyone as well. So with that, I do need to take care of some agenda items. And the first one is a public hearing to amend the county's major system component of the storm water fee. So at this time, I need a motion to open the public hearing for comments on proposed revisions to the Land Use Environmental Services Agency fee ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any unreadiness? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Madam Clerk, any speakers?
No, sir.
Okay. So at this time, I will entertain a motion to close the public hearing, adopt a resolution revising the Land Use and Environmental Services Agency Luisa's fee ordinance.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Say aye.
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? It's unanimous, Madam Clerk. Next is public hearing for Land Use and Environmental Services Agency fee ordinance changes. Motion is needed to open the public hearing for comments on proposed revisions to the Land Use and Environmental Services Agency fee ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's unanimous. Any speakers, Madam Clerk?
No, sir.
At this time, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing and adopt a resolution revising the Land Use and Environmental Services Agency fee ordinance.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous, Madam Clerk. Next item, 26-0271, public hearing, amend the county fire marshal's fire prevention ordinance. A motion is needed to open the public hearing for comments on proposed revisions to the Land Use and Environmental Services Agency fire marshal's fire prevention ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's unanimous. Any speakers, Madam Clerk?
No, sir.
At this time, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing and adopt a resolution revising the Land Use Environmental Services Agency Fire Marshal's Fire Prevention Ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's unanimous, Madam Clerk. Next item, 26-0284, public hearing, recommended budget for FY 26-27. Motion is needed to open the public hearing to receive public comments on the county manager's recommended budget for FY 26-27.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That is unanimous, and I believe we have quite a few speakers. Okay. Thank you. All right. Up first is actually a group. It's John Quillen, Tracy Logan, Juliana D'Amico, Kara Rayner, and Jordan Green. If you all want to come down, you come to that podium. And then Sherelle Janvier, if you want to come to the other podium, you can. And then after these speakers, the next group will be Rebecca Peacock, Sam Richburg, Michelle Grigsby Hackett, and Al Austin. That's right.
Good evening, Chairman Jarrell and Commissioners. Are we able to distribute a handout?
You can give it to the clerk, and she will get it to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Juliana D'Amico, and I serve as the chair of the board of Queen City Performing Arts. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you tonight. Queen City Performing Arts is home to the Gay Men's Chorus of Charlotte, the Women's Chorus of Charlotte, and the Act Out Theater Company. Our mission is through artistic achievement, education, and engagement, we endeavor to create a society that values and respects its LGBTQ+ members. While that mission is rooted in inclusion and visibility, our work extends far beyond performance. QCPA is a major cultural and educational organization serving Mecklenburg County through concerts, theatrical productions, educational initiatives, and community partnerships. Each year, we produce multiple choral concert productions, theatrical programming, education and outreach initiatives, and more than 25 community engagements across the region. Our work reaches thousands of residents annually through performance, education, mentorship, outreach, and collaborative partnerships. Importantly to note, choral singing is the most participated in performing art in the United States. According to Chorus America research, 1 in 4 American households includes someone who sings in a choir or vocal ensemble. That ubiquity is absolutely reflected here in Mecklenburg, where choral music is deeply woven into public schools, colleges and universities, houses of worship, and community organizations. Our goal is to strengthen and expand that ecosystem. At this point, I would like to introduce our Managing Artistic Director, John Quillen.
Thank you. In February 2027, QCPA will host internationally acclaimed composer, conductor, educator, and clinician Rollo Dilworth. If you're a chorus singer or a choir singer at your church, you probably recognize that name. He'll be here for a countywide educational and performance residency. This residency will include in-school clinics with choral ensembles and a public series of master classes and instruction for adults and youth singers from across the county. Dr. Dilworth is one of the hottest and most sought-after names in American choral music today, particularly in areas of gospel, spirituals, multicultural repertoire, and community-centered choral music. An African-American composer and educator, his work has helped reshape the national choral landscape by bringing greater visibility, authenticity, and artistic excellence to Black musical traditions within choral concert settings. Currently serving as the Vice Dean and Professor of Choral Music Education at Temple University's Boyer School of Music and Dance, Dr. Dilworth's music is performed by schools and universities, churches, professional groups, and community ensembles throughout the United States and internationally. He is nationally recognized not only for his compositions, but also for his work in music education, culturally responsive teaching, collaborative artistry, and social emotional learning through music. From February 18th through 20th, 2027, Dr. Dilworth will work directly with Mecklenburg County students, educators, singers, and audiences through in-school clinics, master classes, public workshops, and collaborative performances. Participating schools at this point are Northwest School of the Arts, Huff High School, and Providence High School. Importantly, the residency will work with 2 ensembles within each school, allowing us to engage a broader cross-section of students in music programs. The residency will directly serve at least 200 students through in-school programs, working with a clinician that they would otherwise never have had the opportunity to have access to. More than 200 singers and educators through public workshops and the master classes, and another 200 audience members through public performances and the culminating events. We also anticipate participation from, as I said, the 6 school ensembles, at least 8 community-based ensembles from across Mecklenburg County and the surrounding region. And it should be one of the highlights of the opportunity for us to provide education, ongoing choral education, to adults in this county. I'd like to introduce now our Executive Director, Tracy Logan.
Thank you, John. This initiative is about far more than concerts. It is arts education, mentorship, teacher enrichment, cultural engagement, and community connection. Public workshops and master classes will take place at Queen's University of Charlotte in the Gambrell Center and will include vocal master classes, rehearsal pedagogy, culturally responsive repertoire discussions, conducting instruction, and collaborative performance experiences. Importantly, this project intentionally connects public schools, higher education, community ensembles, LGBTQ+ arts organizations, and the broader Mecklenburg area arts ecosystem. County investment would help ensure affordable public access, broad educator participation, student materials, transportation support, and high-quality artistic experiences that are accessible to the community. QCPA also brings demonstrated experience in successfully managing educational residencies and school partnerships. In previous years, we've hosted internationally recognized educator and producer Deke Sharon, widely known as the father of contemporary a cappella, for a similar regional educational initiative involving workshops, public events, and direct in-school engagement. Through that work, we established strong collaborative relationships with area choral educators and school music programs, relationships that continue to make initiatives like this possible today. Those partnerships give us the infrastructure, trust, and organizational capacity needed to successfully educate a county-wide residency at this scale and impact. I'd now like to introduce Jordan Green, who is a QCPA board member, who will complete our presentation.
Thank you, Tracy. Good evening, and thank you again for your time and consideration. Tonight, we are respectfully requesting $25,000 from Mecklenburg County to support the 2027 Rollo Dilworth Choral Residency Initiative. This investment would directly support artist fees, educational programming, student engagement, and public access. For artists and residencies costs, it would be $11,500. Venue and production would be $8,000. Educational programming and materials would be $2,500. Marketing, outreach, and audience development would be $2,000. Administration, hospitality, and transportation support would be $2,000, with a total project cost of $26,000. QCPA will contribute organizational staffing, volunteer coordination, production management, marketing infrastructure, and additional contributed support to complete the project. County support will serve as the catalytic investment that makes this residency possible. This initiative aligns directly with Mecklenburg County's goals around education, youth engagement, cultural vitality, access, and community connection. We believe Mecklenburg County deserves access to nationally significant arts education experiences, not only in elite institutions, but in public schools and community spaces accessible to everyone. Thank you for your leadership, your service in Mecklenburg County, and your consideration of this request. We would be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Sherelle.
Hi, my name is Sherelle Janvier. I'm the VP of Institutional Advancement over at the Harvey B. Gantt Center. I'm not going to make any assumptions that you guys are familiar with the great work. I see Mr. Gantt's name outside, but we'll give a little bio on what we do and how we are of service to the community. So I'm the VP of Institutional Advancement. It's just a really fancy title for I lead fundraising, and it's my job to keep these great people here and within the community connected to the great work of the Gantt Center. For more than 50 years, the Gantt Center has been showcasing and presenting both established as well as emerging African-American artists to the greater Charlotte community as well as the Southeast region. And within the last 6 to 7 years, we have deepened our commitment and investment to our partnerships with Charlotte Mecklenburg schools and our investments in family. Today, we are here to ask for funding of $25,000 to fund our educational initiatives. Over at the Gantt Center, we have what we call a workforce development pipeline. Every great city says that every great city has great art, and the Gantt Center is a part of that arts ecosystem that makes Charlotte great. The programs that we have are designed to engage young people, both in a number of learning environments, those in Title I schools, as well as those in homeschool environments, those who are in private school, and so our programs, they kind of range the gamut. The programming that we are proposing today is our Envision Me programming, youth residency, family first, and our MOTA. So funding through this grant would allow us to continue to partner with Title I schools here in Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, where we are able to do a semester-long filmmaking and photography course. So while we're teaching these young people the technical and artistic skills, we're also helping to build their social capital, as well as we know that every student will not go on to be an artist. So we are helping them to develop the necessary life skills, networking, as well as mentoring opportunities for our young people within this program. We host these filmmaking and photography courses within the community, as well as on the school campus. The next program that we are looking to fund is our youth residency program. This is the idea that young people can be developed as agents of social change within their community. So the young people within this program, they work together in a group, they collaborate, and they choose a nonprofit of their choice. They do a needs assessment, and they decide what nonprofit they would like to come alongside and provide some assistance to. Block Love has been one of the nonprofits. Thank you.
Thank you. After Rebecca, Sam, and Michelle, we'll hear from Christina Jarrett, then Paul Nelson.
All right. Good evening. I'm Rebecca Peacock, Director of Sante, providing crisis response services covering Mecklenburg County. 2 weeks ago, I stood here during the public forum and had 3 minutes to explain 20 years of crisis work, which, as you can imagine, is not really enough time. So I'm grateful to have a little bit more time tonight. And more importantly, I appreciate the opportunity to continue this conversation, just not about what mobile crisis is, but why it matters so much. Mobile crisis is one of those services that many people may not know exists until they need it, and when they do, it quickly becomes one of the most important services in the community. As a quick recap, for 20 years, Sante has served Mecklenburg County as the sole mobile crisis provider, responding 24/7, 365 to individuals and families facing behavioral health crisis. Tonight, we wanted to take the opportunity to move beyond awareness and talk more specifically about impact, what we're doing, where the gaps exist, and what sustainability looks like moving forward. I'm joined tonight by our CEO, Michelle Grigsby-Hackett, and Chief of Programs, Sam Richburg, who will provide the bigger picture and walk through the data behind the work. Michelle?
Good evening. My name is Michelle Grigsby-Hackett, CEO for Sante. Thank you, Chairman and Commissioners, for the work that you do and the opportunity to be with you this evening. You make decisions every budget cycle about how to keep Mecklenburg County's residents safe and well. Tonight, I want to tell you how Sante fits into that picture. Sante's mission is very simple: to restore hope and build resilience together, one person, one family, one community at a time. In fiscal year 2025 in Mecklenburg County, Sante fielded more than 9,735 phone support sessions for residents in distress, opened 2,905 crisis cases, served 1,765 unique individuals. These are your neighbors, your constituents, your residents. We dispatched into the community 728 times, meeting people where they are rather than waiting for them to find us. And at discharge, we linked 86% of clients to resources and stabilized 82% of individuals in their own homes rather than sending them to higher levels of care. The highest concentrations of need were in zip codes 28216, 28209, and 28203, but our teams responded countywide wherever the call came from. Commissioners, these numbers will help support the systems you fund. Last year, Sante diverted 558 people from involuntary commitment, 524 individuals from emergency departments, and 130 individuals from the criminal justice system. Those diversions carry a dollar figure. In fiscal year 2025, our work saved the involuntary commitment system $1.67 million. The emergency department system, $786,000, and the criminal justice system, $291,000, with a total savings to public systems of $2.75 million in 1 year. At the same time, demand is growing faster than nonprofit resources can keep pace with. Call volumes are rising, and teams are responding to more complex calls than before. Medicaid only covers 78% of the cost, leaving a gap of over $300,000, and Sante served over $650,000 in services that were not reimbursable, which makes the partnership with the county most important, and braided funding even more important. Behind those numbers are constituents that I will pass on to Sam Richburg to share more stories.
Good evening. My name is Sam Richburg. I'm the Chief of Programs with Sante. Thank you for allowing us to have the time to be here with you all today. Regularly, the information that is provided, understandably so, focuses on finances and data, which can tell its own important story and help us for future planning. It provides an overview of the type of work we do, the communities we serve, the number of people we speak with and meet, and the diversion efforts made. Unfortunately, what is often lost in that snapshot is the individual impact. The work that is done with a person is not quantifiable. One life is not more valuable than another, and that's how we approach each call. When the phone rings, we don't know who will be on the other end or what their crisis is, but we do know that if we don't pick it up with the sole intent to treat that person with genuine care and support, the glimmer of hope that brought them to call the hotline will be extinguished. We are led into the world of the individuals who call, learn about their history and current situation, and do all we can to create a future for them. 3 years ago, we received a call from a high school about one of their students, who I'll refer to as Jane for privacy reasons. The school shared that Jane's behaviors were intensifying. She had been presenting as angry, distracted, cutting classes, and not completing her schoolwork. On that day, it rose to another level. We went out and met with Jane. Through rapport building and assessment, an environment was created in which Jane felt seen and heard. She made the choice to open up, sharing she had been a victim of sexual assault, and when she initially shared it with her parents, they dismissed it. It was clear Jane's behavior was related to trauma and depressive symptoms, all of which would have remained hidden had there not been a number to call. Our support for Jane did not end there and would continue to support her through follow-up services, connecting her with trauma-based therapists, connecting her with a mentoring program as well. Just a few weeks ago, now 3 years later, we received a card from Jane, which is pretty unusual. And the card that we received let us know that she was graduating from high school and was accepted into a pre-med program. When someone calls the crisis hotline, they aren't dismissed. They define their crisis, and we meet them where they are at, emotionally and physically. Every life has value. About a month ago, John called the crisis line, lost and buried in pain. I want them to hurt the way that I hurt, were the words that escaped his lips. We went to John, who shared how everyone he cared about had severed connections with him. He was hurting, ideations were tearing his world down and his sense of self. We sat with him, we connected with him, and on that day, there was a connection that was not severed, not built on judgment, and a little light was let in. We were able to connect him to community programs focused on wellness. John now talks to people about how beneficial that crisis hotline was and encourages him. I'm going to jump ahead really quick here. I have a lot more on this paper, but I think it's important to know that anyone who puts on a crisis uniform does so with the mindset of helping people in the communities we live in. We don't do this work for the accolades. We do it because we care. We do it because the need is there, and we do it because it's the right thing to do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair and board members of commissioners, for the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Dede Sama, and I'm here with Christina Jarrett to speak on underrepresentation in the workforce development and economic development initiatives of the county. I am the founder of Language Services and Consulting. We provide language access, immigration and integration support, and economic empowerment programming. I also teach on Africa's role in the modern global system at UNC, where I'm completing my PhD. This issue today is at the intersection of policy design, economic development, and lived community experience. 17% of the county's total population are Africans or Caribbeans. Yet, this population remain absent from targeted economic development strategies and service access planning. While language is treated as the primary barrier of integration, it is only one of 3 layers of complexity for African immigrants. The other 2 are systemic and structural. English and French are second or third languages. Yet services are rarely designed with that in mind. Intimidation, misinformation, and the lack of culturally relevant access points prevent many residents from fully engaging with county systems. 37%, as you know, of small businesses in Charlotte, Mecklenburg are minority-owned. These businesses are not simply cultural assets, they are economic infrastructure. The Office of Economic Development has made progress through multilingual resources and international corridors strategy. However, African and Caribbean entrepreneurs, particularly those engaged in import-export and global trade, remain excluded from targeted initiative. This exclusion is costly. African and Caribbean immigrants occupy a strategic position in the global trade value chain today, especially as global markets realign and Africa becomes a central growth region. As Europe's influence in African markets declines, intentionally engaging the African diaspora is competitive advantage, and Mecklenburg County can seize that advantage today. So creating targeted opportunities for African and Caribbean immigrants, similar to existing efforts for Asian and Hispanic communities, is not a special treatment. Tonight, we are asking you to choose that strategic inclusion, and it is not a strategy for the future, it is a right now strategy. Thank you.
Thank you. We are requesting $150,000 on behalf of the African diaspora, African immigrant, and Caribbean small business owners and workers throughout the Mecklenburg County and Greater Charlotte region who are contributing significantly to our local economy, yet remain undeserved. Yes. These communities operate businesses across industries, including transportation and logistics, childcare services, beauty and wellness, hospitality, food services, trucking, janitorial, retail, import and export, creative industries within the healthcare and support services, including home health, professional services, cultural entrepreneurship, small scale, yet many entrepreneurs and workers do not qualify for the current access existing under the workforce development grants because current funding priorities focus on construction, manufacturing, healthcare, and IT pathways. We are asking Mecklenburg County to intentionally invest inclusive skill building, upskilling, reskilling, and entrepreneurship for small business workforce development programs that are designed specifically for the underserved population within these industries. Thank you for your leadership and commitment to building a more inclusive and economic competitive market for the Mecklenburg County.
Good evening, County Commissioners. Thank you for this time. My name is Paul Nelson, originally from Sierra Leone, having lived in England, China, California, Washington, D.C., and now a proud Charlotte resident for 6 years. I serve as CEO of Global Impact Industries and Chief Growth Officer for the Global Africa Business Accelerator Center. I stand here representing a rapidly growing African and Caribbean community deeply invested in Mecklenburg County's future. I'm here to address a critical gap in our region's economic strategy, the need for international and intentional inclusive foreign affairs engagement that reflects our global economy and the diversity of our county. Over the past 4 years, through the African think tank, I have supported more than 456 diaspora professionals and connected with 38 African and Caribbean organizations. What I see clearly is this. Charlotte is no longer a local city with local boundaries. We are a global destination, but our foreign affairs infrastructure has not kept pace. Africa and the Caribbean are among the fastest growing markets in the world. To unlock these opportunities, the county must invest in the following: intentional diaspora engagement, local global economic bridges, partnerships that position Charlotte as a hub for Africa-US global workforce, trade, and innovation. Our community is ready to serve as that bridge, but local positioning must come first. Despite our growth, African and Caribbean residents remain underrepresented in county planning and service utilization. This is not due to lack of interest. It is due to lack of visibility. Many departments are still unaware of our size, diversity, and economic potential. Without intentional inclusion, our needs remain invisible in data, outreach, and resource allocation. We also face civic engagement barriers, language intimidation, not just translation, but fear of misunderstanding systems, misinformation among new arrivals, lack of culturally relevant access to county services. Organizations like the African Think Tank, honored with County Proclamation for Africa Day, thanks to Chairman, my brother from Liberia, are actively building solutions. But community-led work needs county partnership to scale. If Mecklenburg County wants to compete globally, it must first build local structures that support global engagement. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Kenny Hampton, John Gregory, James Mackey, Ashley Parker. You will come down. Oh, you're up that way. And then Robin Hamilton, you can come down here. Is the mic not working? There we go.
Good evening. My name is James Mackey. I am a local city coordinator here in Charlotte for the African American Wellness Agency. This year we will host our 7th annual Black Men's Wellness Day. We invite you to come to the Park Expo and Conference Center on August 22nd. August 22nd at the Park Expo and Conference Center for Black Men's Wellness Day. One of our main goals is to help save our Black men's lives. Since 2004, the African American Male Wellness Agency has been dedicated to reducing health disparities and combating chronic diseases faced by our Black men. You know, we can face it. Our Black men as a whole, we don't go to the doctor as we should. So we focus on combating these health disparities among Black men. So again, we invite you to come out to the Park Expo and Conference Center on August 22nd, okay? So although the priority is screening, these are free health screenings. All of our services are free. We invite you to come out to the Park Expo. Okay, so Black men are the priority, but we will screen the entire family, okay? Because we want everybody to get checked out and not checked in, okay? So we want to screen you to know your health numbers. To know your health numbers. You can do something about your health before it's too late. It's called prevention. So I'm not going to take up much time. I'm going to pass the microphone to my colleague, Dr. Ashley Parker.
Good evening and thank you. According to the Department of Health and Human Services, the CDC, African Americans are facing chronic diseases such as diabetes, strokes, heart diseases, higher than any other counterparts. And we're here today to request your continued support. The county has supported our walk for the past 7 years, but we are a national organization. And we have with us today our national president, as well as our CEO, our national president, Mr. Kenny Hampton from Columbus, Ohio, as well as our CEO, Dr. John Gregory.
Good evening. The term is get checked out, not checked in. We're asking you to join the rest of the commissioners across 23 different cities in America that are supporting our efforts. As a matter of fact, the commissioners from Franklin County wanted me to tell you they do it at $1 million. The commissioners from Harrison County said they do it at $1 million. So I know you don't have $1 million today, but we're asking you to contribute a significant amount to get men free health screenings. They get free health screenings. They get a follow-up to continuous care. They get it because it is extremely important. 85% of 12,000 black men we screened had high blood pressure. 57% didn't even know that they were in stage 1 hypertension. Get checked out, not checked in. Kenny Hampton.
Thank you, Dr. Gregory. Good evening, Board Chair, Commissioners, and the entire County Administration. On behalf of the African American Male Wellness Agency, I would like to say thank you for allowing us the opportunity to invite you to become a partner. Partnerships is how we're able to provide free health screenings to more than 12,000 men over the last 2 years to learn about that statistic that we didn't come up with that number. That data was triangulated by the Ohio State University data team that is working very closely with us as we bring the clinic to the community in an event called Black Men's Wellness Day. It's an opportunity for us to have the most fun that you'll ever have at a doctor's appointment. It's live music, entertainment. It features a 5K walk and run because men are not prioritizing our health. I'm saying our because I was a part of that statistic 3 years ago where I learned that I had hypertension. And looking at me in this suit today, you wouldn't believe it, but it's true. But a lot of our men are not prioritizing our health. And so we're taking the clinic to the community in partnership with county commissioners across this country that are sowing into the work that we're doing. But the harvest is the ability to have men, for the only time sometimes in the years that we are providing these free health screenings, have a conversation with a doctor and find out what's going on inside their bodies. It's more than just that event. We've been able to partner with other organizations here in Mecklenburg County to bring talk therapy to the community in the form of Real Men, Real Talk. Men are dying in the hands of suicide at an alarming rate right now, and someone has to respond to it. There's a McKinsey report that was published years ago that said by year 2030, African-American men would be at the bottom of the totem pole in some critical areas. And we're just simply responding to these negative statistics. And so when we invite commissioners across this country to join us in this effort, it's truly to raise awareness, make sure that we have the access, but it's to move the community to take action on prioritizing our health. And so our Real Men, Real Talk, where we're actually giving men access to talk therapy, where we're bringing them into a safe space, connecting them to therapists. Of the last 2 years, the Real Men, Real Talk sessions we've done across this country, we've got nearly 7,000 men access to talk therapy, and nearly 1,000 men have gone on in their therapeutic journey and connected to therapists. And so we're excited to be able to be back here in Mecklenburg County. You all are a part of a 23-city nationwide tour that kicked off in Harris County April 25th in Houston, Texas, and went over to Dallas the following weekend. And already we have screened nearly 1,000 men who have found out what's going on inside their bodies. Now, again, I said it's the most fun you'll ever have at a doctor's appointment, so everybody save the date, August 22nd, 7 a.m. at Park. We will see you all there. We are looking forward to the county supporting us once again because we cannot do this work without partnership. Commissioner Ken Wilson, County Administrator Ken Wilson in Franklin County in Ohio is our honorary chair. And he has made it a point to compete with all the other counties across this country to have the most men. In Columbus, Ohio, our event has attracted more than 30,000 people. And we're able to provide screenings to more than 2,000 men. Now, you may say, well, that's a big gap. It's because men will come up with any excuse to say, I went to the doctor last week, I don't need to get my numbers checked. So we need the entire community to come out and cheer our men on as they prioritize their health so that they can participate in our national Get Checked Out, Not Checked In campaign. Dr. Greg, would you like to close?
I would just like to say, commissioners, can you say it with me? Get checked out. Get checked out.
Not checked in.
Get checked out.
Not checked in.
One more time. Say it like you mean it. Get checked out.
Not checked in.
All right, we'll see you. Check us out.
Thank you so much.
And I do want to close by adding, we did have the support with the county before providing screenings, HIV screenings, as well as pediatric screenings for the children. We had the support of $10,000 in the past, and we are asking for a $20,000 consideration for the budget for next year. So thank you all again. Everyone, have a good night. Peace and blessings.
Thank you. Robin, before you go, give me 1 second. Sophia Lutt, you will be next, and after that, Roxana Myrie. Robin.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Robin Hamilton, and I serve as the president and CEO of your Urban League of Central Carolinas, and I'm grateful to be here this evening. It's a challenging time. I think we all know that as we look across the landscape and we see a country deeply fractured by political polarization. And closer at home, we face the tightening grip of federal funding cuts, slowing revenue growth. And in times like these, the easy path for government is to retreat, pull back, and manage decline. But true leadership does not retreat. True leadership reinvests. That is why the Urban League of Central Carolinas stands before you today in resolute, enthusiastic support of the County Manager Mike Bryant's proposal fiscal year 2027 budget. The Urban League was founded on the fundamental truth of labor rights. Over a century ago, we recognized a truth that still guides us today, and that is civil rights are and always have been economic rights. Social justice is hollow without financial self-sufficiency, and freedom means very little if you cannot feed your family. This proposed budget understands that reality. It explicitly aligns resources with human dignity. We know this works because we see it in our daily collaboration with the county. Exactly 1 week ago today, the Urban League graduated over 80 students from our workforce development program, boasting an extraordinary 88% job placement rate. Our electricians class was entirely hired before they even walked across the stage. That historic milestone brings us our fiscal year total to 218 graduates who have successfully transitioned into the competitive economy. It takes immense bravery to turn the ship during a financial storm, raising the county's own internal minimum wage from $20 to $25.53 per hour, all while holding the line and refusing to raise property taxes. It's a masterclass in courageous and governance. It sends a definitive messages that you will start first with your own house. You are proving that the public service should lift up the public servant, increasing their quality of life before asking others to do the same. This budget creates an interdependent quality of life ecosystem, and it is a long-term benefit for all of us. A skilled workforce and a living wage reduce the demand on society's safety nets and build a thriving, robust consumer base. Let's lock arms. Let's support this brave vision and continue building a Mecklenburg County where economic mobility is a reality for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, County Commissioners. My name is Roxana Myrie, and the subject of my comment is CMS school funding. I'm here to expose the hidden debt of overdevelopment and the made-up crisis in North Carolina. Legislative delays in Raleigh are intentionally withholding the state budget, creating a fiscal strangulation designed to destabilize our district and implode our public school system. Our children are being used as political pawns to justify privatizing education. The school board claims a 1.7 enrollment decline justifies right-sizing staff, but a district-wide average is a dangerous, misleading metric when localized growth is exploding. All you have to do is look around Charlotte. In the South End and Uptown pipelines alone, over 7,100 new apartments are coming. In these corridors of opportunity, enrollment isn't declining, it's growing. The proof is in the capital plan. Park Road Relief School is projected to open this fall at 99% capacity. Cutting specialized staffing by 10% while opening new schools at maximum capacity is a mathematical contradiction that puts our students at risk. For exceptional children, this right-sizing is devastating. Reassigning 26 facilitators and depleting our behavioral enrichment teams removes the clinical expertise required for these high-growth caseloads. Without these specialists, we cannot provide the ABA and research-based interventions our students are legally required. In overcrowded schools, this leads directly to students' regression and a systematic failure to provide free, appropriate public education. Mecklenburg County has the power to protect our most vulnerable. I have provided you with the research brief detailing these growth corridors and the clinical necessity of ABA. I urge this board to reject the state's narrative of scarcity, exempt EC and behavioral specialists from these reductions and earmark funding specifically for ABA training. Our children's education is not a political pawn. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you Sophia Lutt?
Yes.
After Sophia, there's going to be Tennille Alexander Banner, Mike Blackwelder, Shakikia Moss, and Mary Margaret Cantor.
Can I begin?
Absolutely.
Okay. Good evening, Chairman Jarrell, Commissioners, and County Manager Bryant. My name is Sophia Lute, and I live in District 5. I'm a young Charlotte resident working in immigration law, and every day I see what happens when families lose access to housing support, food assistance, and nonprofit services. Like many residents in this county, I work multiple jobs just to survive. So when I hear this board talk about slowing revenue growth and rising demand for services, I have to ask, so why are we cutting community support while continuing to spend millions on policing infrastructure? Mecklenburg County's mission is to serve residents by helping improve their lives and community, but this multi-billion-dollar budget does not reflect this goal. It reduces more than $38 million in nonprofit and community service funding at a time when demand is increasing. These cuts will impact over 150 nonprofit programs. It allocates a whopping $4.4 million for a behavioral health crisis facility that will serve only 16 long-term and 12 short-term residents. That's $157,000 per bed. While there are almost 2,500 people experiencing homelessness in Charlotte right now. It directs $17.5 million towards CPCC's debt service, while affordable housing projects receive just $1.5 million in county enhancement funding. The proposed 2027 budget also includes $5.3 million in new sheriff's office funding and continued spending on the so-called public safety training facility, Central Piedmont Community College's very own Cop City, a project estimated to cost more than $116 million in county funds. Safe Alliance has lost all funding, so is Charlotte Pride. The Office of Housing and Community Development is facing a 53% reduction in funding. Community resource centers are also on the chopping block. At the same time, CMPD's own data shows violent crime is declining. So if Charlotte's crime is decreasing, why are we continuing to expand policing infrastructure while cutting the very services that prevent violence in the first place? Your own county survey showed affordable housing was residents' top concern, with almost 45% of respondents reporting that the county had not met their housing needs. Yet this budget devotes millions to expansion projects and institutional spending while allocating only about $4.7 million for community service grants across the entire county. Residents have made their priorities clear. This budget does not reflect them. We are told there is not enough money, but apparently there is enough money for a massive police training complex, enough money for new facilities, enough money for expanded enforcement infrastructure.
When this board cuts nonprofit funding while residents struggle to afford basic necessities, you are not reducing need. You are shifting the burden onto working families, shelters, volunteers, and already overstretched community organizations. I urge you to reconsider these cuts, preserve nonprofit and housing funding, protect community resource centers, and redirect funding away from the Cop City project that residents never had the opportunity to vote on, and towards the services people actually depend on to survive. Stop funding the $116 million Cop City. Thank you.
After this next group, Jessica Lefkowitz, Brantley Greer, Jessica Gibson, Kenny Robinson.
Good evening, Chair Jarrell, Commissioners, County Manager Bryant, and county staff. My name is Mike Blackwelder. I'm the CEO of Smart Start of Mecklenburg County. I'm joining you tonight to speak on behalf of MEC Pre-K. When people talk about education, we hear a lot about K-12, college and career readiness, and higher ed. All of these are incredibly important, and we appreciate your investment there as well. However, early care and education is the piece that's most often missing from these discussions. We can't leave that off because we know that quality pre-K is critical. That's when most brain development is happening. It increases economic mobility, creates social capital, and sets children up for success in the future. No investment has a better return than an investment in young children. That's a quote from Governor Stein yesterday during the proclamation of Child Care Provider Day in North Carolina, recognizing the importance of early childhood educators and the work they do. I'm so grateful to live not only in a state, but also in a county that recognizes this fact. You all understand the significance and continue to invest in early care and education. In close partnership with the county, Smart Start has built a strong, efficient, and high-quality pre-K program from the initial application and screening to the full school year in the classroom to kindergarten readiness and graduation. Quality is there every step of the way. We continue to be responsive to the community and our local leaders, including you all, by ensuring classrooms are placed in locations with the most demand based on parent data, by prioritizing the program for children with the greatest need, and by monitoring the data to ensure the program is truly impacting children as they enter kindergarten and beyond. We continue to show that this free, universal program works and improves outcomes. Smart Start is extremely proud to administer the MEC Pre-K program, and we consider it an honor to do so. Now you'll hear from more of my team who work with this program daily. Thank you for your time and your investment in MEC Pre-K.
Good evening. My name is Shakika Moss, and I'm the Curriculum and Teacher Support Director for MEC Pre-K. First, thank you for your continued support for MEC Pre-K. Because of your investment, Mecklenburg County has become a national model in early childhood education. Mary Margaret and I are constantly meeting with leaders from other counties and states who want to understand how Mecklenburg County made universal pre-K possible. They want to know how we created a program where children are not separated by income level, zip code, or deficits. In many places, pre-K classrooms are built around limitations. Family must make below a certain income, or children must qualify based on developmental concerns. But here in Mecklenburg County, we chose something different. Our children learn in blended classrooms filled with diversity in background, experiences, culture, and the abilities. And that matters, because when children learn together early, they grow together later. So thank you for being leaders in early childhood, in equity, and in opportunity. This year alone, our students explored engineering with the NASCAR Hall of Fame, became artists through partnerships with the Beckler Museum and Arts Plus, became readers with Charlotte-Mecklenburg Library, learned about city infrastructure with the City of Charlotte, explored water systems and weather with Charlotte Water, and students study insects and nature at Reedy Creek Park. These are experiences that expand vocabulary, build confidence, spark curiosity, and help children see what's possible for their future. We also participated in a national math study through West Ed and the Department of Education. Some of our students received access to high-quality math curriculum, materials, and tutoring support. The national average mastery rate in this study is 95%. MEC Pre-K students achieved 99%. And what stood out even more was what the researchers said afterwards. They shared that they work with programs all across the country, and that MEC Pre-K is one of the most well-run programs they have ever encountered, specifically highlighting the quality of our teachers and coaches. And the impact does not stop there. As we continue tracking our former MEC pre-K students through elementary school, we are seeing many of them performing on or above grade level in literacy. These outcomes represent children whose educational journeys were changed because the county chose to invest early. That excellence doesn't happen by accident. It happens because Mecklenburg County chose to invest in quality. As we look ahead, an increase and continued investment will be critical. Our teachers are licensed professionals, and we must remain competitive in teacher pay if we want to retain the talented educators who are making these outcomes possible. When we invest in early childhood education, we are not simply funding pre-K classrooms. We are investing in workforce development, academic success, economic mobility, and the future of Mecklenburg County. Thank you for continuing to believe in our children.
Good evening. I'm Mary Margaret Cantor, and I serve as the Chief Early Education Officer at Smart Start. I'm also the Senior Administrator of the MEC Pre-K program. Sometimes numbers speak louder than words, so tonight I'd like to share some astonishing numbers with you. In the 2025-2026 school year alone, MEC Pre-K provided 2,022 slots for County 4-year-olds in high-quality child development settings. Just under 2,000 children on any given day filled those slots for 6.5 hours a day. That's 12,675 hours of high-impact, child-centered, developmentally appropriate instruction delivered daily. Multiply that by 177 school days, that's 2,243,475 hours of brain, skill, and confidence building that will have occurred this year in MEC Pre-K. Those 4-year-olds who had had moderately good developmental experiences in the years they were 0 to 3 entered MEC Pre-K with 1,000 trillion connections firing in their brain. Their brains came ready to have the most important connections reinforced and then made permanent, and to have the superfluous ones pruned by normal brain activity. Through well-planned and intentional instructional activities, the connections in the brain most imperative to future and complex learning were strengthened and entrenched, ready for further activation and enhancement in the coming years. Without the strengthening and permanence that MEC Pre-K provides, many more of those important connections would have faded from non-use, died, and been pruned away. The brain completes 90% of its neural networking and pathway strengthening by age 5. It is a use it or lose it proposition in young children's brain development, and you created forever connections. And congratulations, you spent $26.2 million and saved, with the very most conservative estimate, $209,600,000 in future costs for special education, welfare aid, juvenile involvement with the criminal justice system, and homelessness. The dollars you gained are immeasurable. Thank you for your vision and steadfastness in continuing to support MEC Pre-K as the early childhood gem of Mecklenburg County.
Good evening. My name is Tennille Alexander Banner, and I serve as Chief Advancement Officer for Smart Start of Mecklenburg County, the organization honored to administer MEC Pre-K on behalf of this county. Tonight, you've heard about the quality of this program, the intentional support provided to classrooms and teachers, and the measurable impact MEC Pre-K is having on children and families across our community. I'd like to close by simply saying thank you. Thank you for continuing to invest in Mecklenburg County's youngest learners. Thank you for recognizing that access to high-quality early education is not a luxury, it is essential. And thank you for continuing to prioritize children and families through your support of MEC Pre-K and the county budget. Every day, families across our community are searching for safe, nurturing, high-quality learning environments where their children can grow, build confidence, and prepare for success in kindergarten and beyond. MEC Pre-K helps make that possible. In a time where childcare and early learning programs are unaffordable or inaccessible to so many, MEC Pre-K is supporting working families, therefore strengthening our whole community. It helps children build social, emotional, and academic foundation they need during the most important years of brain development. And perhaps most importantly, it sends a powerful message to families that Mecklenburg County believes in their children and is willing to invest in their future. The demand for MeckPre-K continues to demonstrate just how important this work is. Families want these opportunities for their children, and this board's continued commitment has allowed thousands of children to begin their educational journey with confidence and support. At Smart Start of Mecklenburg County, we do not take that partnership lightly. We are deeply grateful for your trust, for your leadership, and your continued investment in early childhood education. Together, we are helping ensure that every child enters kindergarten healthy, prepared, supported, and ready to thrive. Thank you again for your continued support of MeckPre-K and for your commitment to the children and families of Mecklenburg County.
Thank you. Jessica, before you begin, hold on one second. If Robbie Chandler will come down to this podium, and Kenny, we had you with this group.
Don't get all brand new today.
You can, Jessica.
Good evening, County Manager and Board of Commissioners. My name is Jessica Gibson, and I am the Executive Director of Just Do It Movement. I first want to thank you for your continued work that you're doing here in Mecklenburg County and for the opportunity to speak tonight. Just Do It Movement is a grassroots nonprofit organization dedicated to helping neighbors that are experiencing homelessness and housing instability to obtain identifying documents, housing, supportive services that lead to long-term stability and self-sufficiency. Since our inception, we have helped over 1,000 individuals receive identifying documents, which includes IDs, Social Security cards, and birth certificates. Since 2023, we have also assisted over 150 families transitioning into permanent housing through security deposits, first month's rental assistance, and case managements. Through partnership with Freedom Fighting Missionaries and Hearts for the Invisible Charlotte Coalition, we have worked diligently to remove barriers and often prevented neighbors from obtaining employment, housing, health care, and critical resources. Through partnership with Hearts for the Invisible and Mecklenburg County, we're able to permanently house 62 families. We are also currently contracted through the Betty Ford Catherine Simmons Enrichment Project, where we were able to assist 34 individuals in obtaining their identifying documents. This work is more than charity. This work is public safety, economic mobility, and prevention. When people have identifying documents, housing, and support, they're more likely to gain employment, maintain stability, and avoid returning back to crisis. My request is to continue to fund grassroots organizations that are boots on the ground daily, serving our most vulnerable neighbors here in Mecklenburg County. Thank you again for your time, your leadership, and your continued investment in our community. Thank you.
Greetings. My name is Brianna McGowan, and I'm speaking on behalf of Brantley Greer, and I serve as the Clinical Director of Hearts for the Invisible, and we are the lead street outreach agency in Mecklenburg County. So at Hearts for the Invisible, we believe that people sleeping outside in our community should not be invisible. We are a small but mighty outreach team of social workers and peer support specialists that moves with ethical urgency, because we understand that every delay can impact someone's safety, health, or chance at stability. And for us, this work is not just a job, it's truly a passion and it's ministry. Just last quarter alone, Hearts for the Invisible served 365 unsheltered individuals across Mecklenburg County, including 79 children, 20 young adults, and 15 veterans. During that same period, our team helped achieve 104 positive exits from homelessness, including 73 individuals who moved into permanent housing. Behind every number is a real person: an older adult sleeping at the airport, a veteran living outside with severe PTSD, a family sleeping in their car fleeing domestic violence, a youth that aged out of foster care. This work matters. Your investment allows our team to meet people where they are, build trust, connect them to housing and healthcare, and remind them that they are not forgotten. So today, I just simply want to thank you guys for continuing to invest in our work and investing in some of Mecklenburg County's most vulnerable individuals. Because of your support, people who once felt invisible are finally being seen. Thank you.
I just came to say thank you. No. Good evening, Board of County Commissioners. She got me emotional because this is the first time I've been able to get her to speak publicly. And she said a lot of the things that I was going to say, so now I got to wing it. County Manager Bryant, and I also want to give a shout out to Deputy County Manager Dr. Campbell as well. I've spoken in front of you all before, but I had to come in person and just say thank you. Thank you for believing in this work that we do. Thank you for understanding that these vulnerable folks that are outside need support, need services, and deserve to be housed. This dream that started from Tent City, y'all, and there's a lot of people in this room today that were involved in Tent City, may know me from Tent City, has now turned into these amazing numbers. We have literally served almost 2,000 individuals experiencing homelessness. We've housed over 415 extremely vulnerable people, and not to mention a significant amount of children under the age of 17. This work is vital. A lot of people don't even know that this resource exists. But we're out there alongside our partners. Roof Above is in the house, and we all do this work together. I just want to say thank you to my partners here, Kenny Robinson and Jessica Gibson, along with Mara Wellness, who supports us with mental health services that we bring out to the community, and Hearts United for Good for providing our team with snacks so we don't have to go out into the community empty-handed. We are excited to continue this partnership and journey with you all to house and get services to as many of our vulnerable, unhoused neighbors as possible. I really, 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 from the bottom of my heart, appreciate all that you do, and significantly appreciate your investment into our program.
County Manager, Commissioners, good to see you all again. Try not to get emotional and keep my composure here, but as many of you know, coming from where I come from, 10 years in federal prison, to be released out here to Charlotte streets with nothing, to obtain a little something, to then want to go back and give something to those who come behind me, to stand here tonight, having been recommended for funding to support a population outside of our original mission scope is a huge accomplishment. We have had monumental accomplishments, but this one touched me a little bit different because our mission is to serve formerly incarcerated and justice-involved individuals and families. But because we have had some housing success in that area, that allowed us to expand those services to include senior citizens and to include McKinney-Vento youth. And based on the recommendation from the county manager, I did want to come here and just speak to a little bit of the data that helped us to get here so the public can understand how did you go from serving one population to another. Through our data in partnership with Housing Collaborative, from the time frame of January 2024 to October 31st, 2025, we discovered that 390 households headed by people 55 years or older and experiencing or at risk of homelessness in Mecklenburg County were referred to Housing Collaborative for housing placement assistance. These 390 households represent 20% of the 1,490 total households referred to us to Housing Collaborative in Mecklenburg County at that same period. 81.3%, or 319 of the 390 senior citizens referred to Housing Collaborative for housing placement had incomes at or below 30% of the AMI. Yet 87.4%, or 340 of the 390 senior citizens referred, had no rental subsidy at all, making it extremely difficult for them to find housing that they could afford. So due to the prevalence of extremely low incomes with no rental subsidies amongst senior citizens at risk of homelessness, Housing Collaborative, in partnership with us and others, was only able to secure housing for 37%, or 144 of the households headed by people 55 years or older. So we are very thankful and grateful for the recommendation to serve the senior citizen population. We will be providing rental subsidies to them to make sure that they qualify for housing. Some of them miss low-income subsidized housing because they're $50 short on their income, $25 short. So this subsidy will replace that and provide supportive services to those senior citizens, along with the population that we already serve. We are able to continue our original mission focus of formerly incarcerated individuals in McKinney-Vento with a match from the Foundation of Carolinas and Wells Fargo, which is what will allow us to continue the services that we currently provide. So again, we want to thank the county manager and this board for allowing us the opportunity to serve another vulnerable population. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Robbie Chandler, are you here? Robbie Chandler here. If not, we'll go to Nancy Nicholson, Ruth Ann Grissom. And after them, it will be Carol Hardison. She's up there. She's making her way down.
It's a lot of steps.
You can just use that one next. Okay. You just put it. You can use go to one up top. You can just go to ones up top. Yep, that's fine. And after them, Carol, you'll be up, and then Paul Marks as well.
Greetings to our county commissioners and staff, and thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. My co-leader, I'm Nancy Nicholson. My co-leader is Ruth Ann Grissom for our Ladder Park project. We've been coordinating this effort for now 10 years. We've been here in front of you probably 10 times at least, maybe more. And we've been removing invasive species, and we've been planting native plants and working on erosion. We work very carefully and actively with Park and Recreation Department. So we began this project. We thought we'd be finished in 5 years, and we discovered that that is not possible. So it is an ongoing, the process is the end. Our goal was and is to make our little neighborhood park a welcome refuge for people and wildlife. For those who might know anything about bird watching, it is an oasis for migrating birds, especially in the spring. Ruth Ann and I are both trained social workers, and we know the healing power that nature offers to people of every age, ethnicity, and ability. We grew up knowing this personally with a lot of time and space out of doors. Ruth Ann lived in the country in the Uwaris, and I lived in Mississippi. But living in the city, many people don't have those opportunities that we had unless they can get to a park or a greenway. Besides offering cooler, cleaner air and water, time in nature does much more, as research now has proven to us. We already intuitively knew that. So green space reduces violence. Green space lowers blood pressure and improves heart health. Green space helps manage ADHD. Green space boosts physical and mental health by reducing stress. It improves sleep quality, it sparks creativity, it boosts the immune system. So you get the idea, and all these results that we so hope that all the residents of our home county, especially the children, can benefit from. I wish that you could have seen the 3 little baby owlets that recently born in Latta Park, and all the excitement and amazement that I witnessed from adults and children. Ran into a group of kindergartners just yesterday, and they were all saying, "Where are the owls? Where are the owls?" But I want every child in this county to be able to experience that. And so thank you for your support of Park and Rec and green spaces and baby outlets. And please help us to acquire as much land as possible and to maintain it with the care that it deserves. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Good evening. As Nancy said, I'm Ruth Ann Grissom, and proud resident of D4. When Nancy and I started our volunteer effort in Latta Park, it was a grim time for our parks. Park and Rec had suffered dramatic budget cuts in the wake of the 2008 recession, and their funding still hadn't been returned to pre-recession levels. Latta was overrun with invasive vegetation, our paths were eroding, and our infrastructure was crumbling. And we knew that if our park was suffering, then every other park across the county must be as well. So we also knew that we couldn't just put on blinders and limit our work to our own backyard. We knew we had to advocate for the entire Park and Rec system. So many of you have already heard us in our annual pleas on behalf of Park and Rec, but we're back again because it's still important. We're truly grateful that you have increased Park and Rec's funding in recent years, and we appreciate the strides that have been made in terms of land acquisition and maintenance. And while we're definitely seeing some needed improvements, we unfortunately still have needs that aren't being met. And I'll just give an example from our Latta Park. Our need for trail maintenance far outstrips current staff capacity. The Greenways crew came in and did some great work in Latta a few years ago, but they're overwhelmed with the expanding Greenway system. And now that's a great problem to have, but it means that the Greenways team hasn't been able to come back and perform any ongoing maintenance work in the park. Also in Latta, we're really lucky. We have a first-rate general maintenance crew, but trails aren't their specialty, and they have many other obligations. And so as a result, the trails in a heavily used urban park just don't get the attention they need and deserve. So we think it would be helpful and cost-effective to have a dedicated, specialized crew that could do routine trail maintenance in our parks. And while we also deeply appreciate the line item for invasives control, most of that money, rightfully so, goes to our nature preserves. But any additional funding could allow parks and greenways to also benefit from this essential program that makes our green space more appealing to wildlife and to people. So many thanks for your leadership and your service to our community and for considering the needs of our vital green space. Thank you.
Thank you. Carol Hardison, Paul Marks. Well, we're going to let Carol go first, then you go. And after they are done, we will hear from Matthew Seneca and Johari Huggins, so if you all will get ready as well. Carol?
Good evening, Chairman Jarrell and County Commissioners, County Manager. I'm Carol Hardison with Crisis Assistance Ministry. We provide housing stability services for vulnerable families in our community, families that are working paycheck to paycheck trying to make ends meet. Last Saturday, I hopped in the car with a girlfriend to go to dinner, and before we got out of the driveway, she said, "Carol, you won't believe it. My son called me Thursday night and said, 'Mom, you're not going to have to keep paying for my rent. I'm getting a $5.50 pay raise.'" He works for Mecklenburg County Parks and Rec. Unfortunately, the families that come to Crisis Assistance don't have a mom like this one, of course. But it was truly a neat moment since I had been here Thursday night and seen that and felt that cheer myself. We have an eviction crisis in Mecklenburg County. There were 28,000 evictions filed. In Wake County, there were 52,000 evictions filed in Mecklenburg County last year. And this is after we sprayed over $100 million in rent and utility assistance all over town. I don't know where it went, but it was not the solution. Our dedicated employees work around the clock, but we cannot keep up with this growing need. We're still absorbing the 7 full-time employee loss that we experienced in last year's budget. Shared with the manager earlier that there has not been an increase in rent and utility and housing assistance since the Great Recession through Crisis Assistance Ministry. In spite of this, I'm hopeful. I hear words now from the leadership of Mecklenburg County that say partnership, collaboration, better together. It's a new day, and I am hopeful, and I thank you for your hard work and your time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to speak today. My name is Paul Marks, and I run a company called Over the Counter Improv. I brought my wife here, and she's here in case I say anything stupid. So here we go. Over the past decade, we've had the opportunity to work with more than 40,000 students across Mecklenburg County, teaching a unique form of improvisation and right-brain training to help students with leadership skills, active listening, humor, and confidence, and how to deal with anxiety through generous funding from the Arts and Science Council. My wife Kelly and I present the same type of training nationally for organizations such as Wells Fargo, Vanguard, Duke University, and the Mayor of Charlotte. The ASC support allowed us to bring modified versions of these concepts into the local classrooms in ways that truly connect with students. One example is Highland Mills Montessori. Earlier this year, we worked with students using humor, improv, and right brain learning concepts to help them better understand what happens in the brain under pressure. We showed students how brain chatter affects focus and performance, and we gave them practical ways to calm themselves, help with anxiety and panic attacks, and reset during stressful moments. The students connected with it immediately. In fact, tomorrow I'll be returning for a 3-hour follow-up workshop to help those students prepare for the EOG testing in a fun way, because joy can bring that as well. Without the funding from the ASC, that continuation would not have been possible. At Metrolina Scholars Academy, Kelly and I worked with students for 3 straight days. On the final day, I told one of the kids that it was our last day. One 5th grader looked disappointed and said, "Can you please stay till Friday?" I told him I couldn't because my contract only went through Wednesday, and I assumed it was the end of the conversation. Instead, the precocious boy looked at me and said, "Who's the contract with?" Startled, I stuttered and said, "The Arts and Science Council." He literally said, "Do you have that on you? I'd like to take a look at it." At Community House Middle School, the funding let me return for additional workshops strengthening relationships with students and eventually leading to the creation of No Rehearsal, which is the only teen improv group in the nation. Those students will begin performing live shows at the Ballantine Bowl starting June 27th. This is a direct result of ASC funding. The ASC funding also helped us expand our Smile Teen Leadership Camp, allowing more students to continue developing communication, confidence, and leadership skills beyond school setting. As we always say to all the students, as Steve Martin said, be so good they can't ignore you. We don't want any student to be ignored. Without the ASC funding and the community programs, this opportunities would not exist. And finally, I want to thank the Mecklenburg County Commissioners for continuing to support the ASC and helping make programs like this possible through the county community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Matthew Seneca and Johari Huggins.
Good evening. My name is Matthew Seneca, and I am the owner and executive director of The Long Room, an arts-focused event venue in Plaza Midwood that launched just 2.5 years ago with the goal of providing artists of all kinds and the public with a high-quality and affordable event space. We are extremely lucky and grateful to be an official eligible venue for the Venue Access Grant administered through the Arts and Science Council. This grant has been a game changer for us, for our clients, and for the public that we serve. The Venue Access Grant has already produced what I am calling a springtime blossoming of the arts in our neighborhood. Here is a list of the genres, the creative genres the Long Room has featured or is scheduled to feature so far as a direct result of this grant. I think you will see there is something for everyone. Choral music, comedy, social dance, modern dance, visual art, musical theater, R&B and soul, Latin music, jazz, creative writing, spoken word poetry, fashion, and literature and book readings. This one grant, the Venue Access Grant, has made possible all of these creative offerings at our venue alone. But for this grant, most of these events would not have happened, or would have happened on a smaller scale and been more expensive to the public. Many of these events have sold out, in part because the ticket prices are affordable because the cost of the venue is paid for. Thus, the grant not only makes producing creative events more affordable for the artists, but also for the public. The number of applicants for this grant is likely to grow as word about it is still getting out. When the new cycle opens in September, we anticipate many more artists will be prepared to submit their applications for it, creating an even bigger fall harvest of the arts in Mecklenburg County. Going forward, consistency will be important. If the Venue Access Grant continues on a consistent and predictable schedule, creatives and creative organizations can integrate it into their long-term plans and produce more plentiful and more ambitious artistic and creative and cultural offerings. The impact of the Venue Access Grant on Mecklenburg County creatives and the public has already been enormously positive in every way. And I want to thank you sincerely for allocating precious resources towards it. I want you to know that it is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Last call for Jahari Huggins. If not, Patrice Gopo and then Liz Clayson-Kelly. And while they're coming after Patrice and Liz, it'll be Caden Grinnell and President Dwayne.
Good evening. My name is Patrice Gopo. Thank you for the opportunity to share my thoughts supporting your generous funding of the Arts and Science Council in the budget. I am a local literary artist and the author of essay collections and picture books. But at my core, I consider myself a storyteller. And I am grateful for the support that the Arts and Science Council has offered me so that my storytelling work can extend into our community and help celebrate joy, expand understanding, and foster compassion. Here are just a few stories to illustrate ASC's multiplying impact on my work and in our community. Thanks to an artist support grant from ASC, I was able to work with a writing coach who provided me with pointed, necessary feedback that empowered me to complete the manuscript that eventually became this book, Ripening Time. This book has gone on to be a recipient of a 2025 North Carolina Book Award in children's literature and was a finalist for a Southern Book Prize. Beyond the accolades, though, I have been able to share this story with children at schools in our community. At the end of one event, a little girl rushed up to me, gave me the hugest hug, and then immediately disappeared into her class's line. In that moment, I knew how powerful my visit had been for her, and so many other children too. A multiplying impact. And a second story. Several years ago, I received a cultural vision grant that enabled me to bring a multi-session storytelling program to the Mint Hill Library that I called Picture Books Are for Grown-Ups Too. Over a shared meal, adults listened to me read a picture book that tackled themes like home, belonging, immigration, and grief. I then invited them to share their stories with each other through conversation and writing. In a world that often feels divisive, This program built bridges between people. Participants left with the tools to take these conversations and writing activities into their homes and communities and carry on with the beautiful work of building bridges, a multiplying impact. ASC's funding for creators, creative ideas, and creative organizations matters in the life of our community and ripples far out into our world. To each commissioner, I thank you for so generously funding the Arts and Science Council. This funding has a multiplying impact and matters far more than any of us could ever know. This funding is making a difference in our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Liz Clayson-Kelly, then it'll be Kaden Grinnell.
Good evening, Chairman Jarrell and Board of County Commissioners. Good evening, Manager Bryant, and a special welcome to your first budget cycle on that side of the dais. I'm here with a simple message tonight to say thank you. There are multiple ways this proposed budget works to address the realities of homelessness in our community. You've already heard from some of my great colleagues in this work. There are multiple ways this budget supports the work of Roof Above. You may not know, but we've grown to over 10 campuses now, and actually the county is involved in some way in 8 of our 10 campuses. So I want to say thank you. In particular, I want to say thank you for the way this budget supports the work of emergency shelter. The challenges are real. So now the majority of renters in our community are what are considered cost burden or paying more than 30% of their income on rent. The housing wage continues to tick up. It is now $31.67 an hour. That's what you need to earn in full-time work to afford a one-bedroom apartment in our community. Our shelter system operates at capacity. We work hard, but we're full. And what that means is that we have seen visible unsheltered homelessness continue to rise. The point-in-time count shows that unsheltered homelessness has nearly doubled in the last 3 years. So the challenges are real, but Mecklenburg County is unique in our state in the ways that you are investing in this work. And so thank you for the way this budget supports our 24-hour shelters, and particularly our Giles Center. This budget provides 1 year of funding so we continue operations at the Giles Center. And my colleague Kadan will talk more specifically about that work at the Giles Center.
Good evening, Chair Jarrell, Manager Bryant, and members of the County Commission. My name is Kaden Grinnell, and I'm part of the executive team at Roof Above. I want to thank you all for the opportunity to speak tonight, and more importantly, thank you for your continued support of homeless services in our community, particularly this year's funding for the Giles Night-by-Night Emergency Shelter. Most are probably familiar with our program shelter model, where single adult men are connected to a shelter bed and receive wraparound services. But few are familiar with the night-by-night programming that we offer at Giles. It plays a unique and important role in our community. It's an overnight shelter for men operating on a first-come, first-served basis. It's very low barrier, and the goal of the program is to provide critical support for men in imminent need of shelter with as few obstacles as possible. Some of the men are coming in after lengthy episodes of street homelessness. Others may be coming from a hospital discharge, or some simply from a moment where they have no other safe place to go. Giles becomes extremely important during extreme weather events. When the temperature drops or storms come, I know these last 2 storms we experienced as a community were particularly challenging. Giles was a critical part of our response to that. It gives these men a place to come inside, rest, and be safe from the elements. And we've seen all too often recently that this resource can really be the difference between life and death. Since 2020, we have operated Giles using special COVID funding. That funding has now expired, but the need for the shelter has not. This fiscal year, from November to March, we expanded capacity due to inclement weather on 52 days to accommodate additional guests during dangerous conditions. That ended up providing about 1,700 overflow bed nights to 530 unique individuals who would not have otherwise had a place to stay. Every other night of the year, Giles is at capacity. This tells us that the need for the resource is clear and present. As our community continues the important work of Home for All and reimagining how to bring more resources to the most vulnerable in our community, we are genuinely excited. And your decision to continue to fund Giles programs helps us to secure existing resources, which will be all the more important to making the lasting change we all hope to see. So again, thank you for recognizing the importance of this work and for investing in what we do at Giles. We are grateful for your continued partnership and for the commitment to responding to homelessness in a way that recognizes both the urgency of tonight and the long-term goals of tomorrow. I want to introduce my colleague, Mr. President, who will share a little bit more.
Good evening, County Commissioner Manager Bryant. I want to take a different approach tonight. I want to allow you to see a living manifestation of what you do and your help with Roof Above. 15 years ago, I was 110 pounds living on the bridge on Brevard Street. I started because of your donations at the Lucille Giles Center. Because of your donations, I went to a program bed. Because of your donations at Roof Above, I went through a SAYOP program. Because of your donations, I went to the SAVOR program, and there I got my associate's degree in psychology. I did my internship at Roof Above, and I got my bachelor's degree. I am now working at Roof Above as a housing navigator, and I'm in school getting my master's degree in psychology addictive recovery. Yes. What I want to do is share a brief story to let you see of what you're helping us do. There was a man in this deep hole, and he didn't know how to get out. He didn't. And he kept saying, somebody please help me out this hole. Somebody please help me out this hole. And a priest walked by and he said, oh, I'm gonna pray for you. Just hang in there. And he kept yelling, please, somebody help me out this hole. Please, somebody help me out this hole, please. And a lawyer walked by and dropped $1,000. He was like, I hope that helps you. And he kept yelling, please, somebody help me out this hole, please. And then somebody jumped down in the hole with him and he said, what are you doing? You're down here with me. And the guy went back and said, yeah, I know. I've been here before. I know the way out. So that is my life. That is what I get to see. From Lucille Giles to people coming in there with no hope. Somebody wanting to come in there. I just want to shower. I just want to close a safe place to lay my head without having one eye open in the streets. I want to be able, I'm serious now with my life. And they have programs and resources in Roof Above that I'm able to take advantage of now. They're helping me get my disability. They're helping me get my IDs. They're taking me places. They're transporting me. They are helping me take another step in the transition to have my own. Yes, we have used Housing Collab, which helps us get 30% and work with people with different incomes. But one thing, we have a program called Link Through Roof Above. We use in Livian, but the thing I like is I tell some guys, I say, now, you can go in this 3-bedroom and you share 3 roommates, you want to do that? They're like, nah, man, I want to live by myself, man, I want to live by myself. And I have to let them know, hey, look, you got 160 roommates now. Why not do this? $240 a month, build, learn how to live. And they say, And then after that, as they continue to live in Roof Above places, Housing Collab will contact them. They have grown in what they need to do in this life. Thank you so much. That is what you do at Roof Above.
Thank you. Next, we're going to have Monique Graves, and then we have a group with Laura Cooper, Beth Wells, Stacy Hancock, and Louise Woods. And while Monique is coming down, there'll be another group after Laura Cooper and her group. It's Christopher Jenkins, Jacoby Smith, Isaiah Brown, Darian Black, and John Crawford.
Good evening, Chair Jarrell, Commissioners, County Manager Bryant. I'm Dr. Monique Perry Graves, and I stand before you as the CEO of Road to Hire. First, let me thank you for your generous support of our organization and what I would like to say our movement towards economic mobility in Mecklenburg County and beyond. For the past 10 years, Road to Hire has been an organization built for the county, by the county. We are proud to be recognized in the past year by UNC Chapel Hill's Keenan Institute as a model for workforce development across the state and nation. Our work begins exclusively in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools. We serve students in 8 of the district's Title I high schools, providing in-school programming focused on college readiness, career exposure, and pathways into careers of today and those that we don't know about yet. Students who complete our program in CMS are eligible for full 4-year scholarships to colleges within North Carolina with ongoing coaching, mentoring, and direct placement and support to a high-wage career. Our Road to Hire students persist and graduate at rates above state and national averages, and the average salary of our college class of 2026 is $74,000, more than $14,000 above the North Carolina average. That is what your investment and the manager's visionary budget is supporting. Let me give you a few specific examples. Alva Joy, a graduate of Julius Chambers High School, will begin his career at Microsoft Corporation here in Charlotte as a software engineer, making $105,000 a year. Luis, a graduate of West Mecklenburg High School, will begin his career as a systems engineer at Honeywell, making $92,000 a year. Kyla, a graduate of Philip O. Berry and recently honored at JCSU as salutatorian, will be graduating as a tech consultant at Preventi, making $80,000 per year. And Katie, a graduate of West Charlotte High School, will begin her career at Atrium Health, making $79,000 per year. This is what Road to Hire is about. These outcomes are possible because Road to Hire believes in deep partnership. Partnership with you, partnership with CMS, partnership with our colleges and business. Bank of America, Lowe's, and Ally Financial serve as founding partners for Road to Hire. And our companies represent 70 of the Fortune 100 headquartered here in Charlotte. Frank Harrison, CEO and chairman of Coca-Cola Consolidated, has said, our partnership in support of Road to Hire reflects our deep belief in expanding opportunity, promoting dignity through work, and preparing the next generation for meaningful careers. Marvin Ellison, CEO of Lowe's Corporation, has said, Road to Hire is well positioned to expand its impact in high demand areas. We thank you for your continued support of our vision, and we support the manager's budget. Thank you.
Thank you. Laura, before you begin, can you give us 1 second? Mr. Crawford, if your group, if it's easier to use the microphone up top, feel free to do that as opposed to coming all the way down. Laura, your group has 10 minutes, up to 10 minutes.
Great. Good evening, Chairman Jarrell, County Commissioners, and all of my fellow citizens. I'm Laura Cooper. I'm here tonight with my colleagues from the League of Women Voters of Charlotte-Mecklenburg. The League strongly supports the county manager's proposed budget that fully funds the CMS request. However, because we know what it takes to actually educate all kids, we really wish this request could have been much larger. I've observed every school board meeting for the last 4 years, and I can see there has been historic progress in meeting goals for early literacy, reading in grades 3-8, Math 1, and for ensuring that every graduate has a plan to be enrolled, enlisted, or employed. As a tutor at Ashley Park School, I have seen firsthand the positive impact of aligning system resources to make progress on these goals. There's much to celebrate, but sustaining this progress will require more, not fewer, resources. Recently, the board, superintendent, and staff spent many meetings searching through the budget to try to find ways to fund pay increases, to add a few more staff, and to increase mental health services. Yes, they made some good changes, but I was struck by the fact that they were only able to find funding to add 1.5 additional staff members to 2 of 32 low-performing schools. As a former district administrator who has lived through way too many budget cuts, first I was sad, then I was angry. No school board and no leadership team should have to struggle and be unable to find money for meaningful pay increases, add staff to transform low-performing schools, or increase mental health services that I see as essential preconditions for student learning. We are in this situation precisely because the General Assembly of North Carolina has not done its job. It is not funding our children and their schools. We have two asks of the county board. First, do whatever it takes to help us educate everyone about a couple of facts. In 2011, North Carolina was 27th in per pupil funding. We are now 50th. The proposed budget framework everyone is raving about is deeply flawed. It does very little to address teacher retention, and it cuts corporate taxes at the expense of money for our children. Second, we need you to broaden the collaboration with CMS to include the City of Charlotte, find creative ways of supporting CMS, and craft a shared legislative agenda to press the General Assembly to do its job and fund our public schools.
My name is Stacy Hancock. This evening I'm going to talk to you about the impact the General Assembly's budget framework will have on veteran teachers. I am a retired CMS teacher who chose early retirement because the workload of being a teacher got in the way of the needs of my family. I don't know if step increases in pay would have been an incentive to stay in the classroom, but it might have made a difference. The General Assembly's budget framework devalues the work of veteran teachers, giving those that are in their 15th to 24th years only a 5.5% increase, which does not match the cost of living in North Carolina. Nor does the framework include back pay for the year that North Carolina spent without a budget. We know that an experienced teacher in the classroom leads to greater student success, but like me, veteran teachers are choosing early retirement or to seek employment outside of the field of education or even to teach in another state where compensation matches the workload. A significant number of teachers in CMS are beginning teachers. These teachers rely on colleagues to provide support and on-the-job learning through their work together in PLCs and data analysis teams. We cannot afford to lose more experienced teachers from CMS classrooms. The continued success in meeting literacy, math, and graduation goals depends on the expertise of veteran teachers. I urge the board to work with other entities to be advocates for veteran teachers. Tell the General Assembly that students in North Carolina's public schools are entitled to a sound basic education that must be funded fairly and completely, including adequate pay increases for veteran teachers, to ensure that the students in our state are given the best possible education.
My name is Beth Wells. I was thrilled when I stepped out onto the huge field behind the legislative building in Raleigh on May 1st this year to see it filled to bursting with people from every corner of our state who support public education. I had traveled to Raleigh on many occasions to talk to legislators while I was working for CMS, but nothing like this. For this Kids Over Corporation rally, the field was packed with a diverse crowd of educators, support staff, parents, children, and members of unions and nonprofits who understand the importance of educating our children and demonstrated widespread support for raises in teacher pay and funding for public schools. We were there to demand that our General Assembly follow through on their constitutional responsibility and fully fund a sound basic education for all North Carolina children, the vast majority of whom attend public schools. Our state is ranked #1 for business by CNBC, but it is 50th in pure per pupil spending. Since the General Assembly has failed to do the main job with which they are tasked, Financial support for public school systems has fallen to local governments like our Board of County Commissioners. We are grateful that you have been staunch supporters of CMS, but we know there are many other issues that you are required to support financially. We are very disappointed that the delayed proposed budget framework put forth by the General Assembly does not address the corporate tax cut, which will cost our state $1 billion a year in lost revenue at the expense of public education. Raising teacher pay is a good first step, but won't take effect until the 2026-27 school year and is not retroactive as in the past. We encourage everyone here to contact their state legislators to tell them we want a budget that shows that they put kids over corporations by not continuing to lower the corporate tax or putting limits on local governments to levy taxes.
I'm Louise Woods, a native North Carolinian and former CS board member with Commissioner Griffin, Leake, and Dunlap. So we've been here together before. This community relies on our public officials to work together to improve the lives of all of our residents. And as we know, strong public schools benefit us all. Because the League of Women Voters is committed to providing a quality education for every child, we're deeply concerned that the North Carolina's public schools remain significantly underfunded. While we greatly appreciate your help in closing the gap, we know that no one group can do this alone. The North Carolina League is working diligently throughout the state to address this issue. In fact, some of us just came back from Raleigh yesterday. We urge you to continue and expand your collaboration with not only CMS, but with Charlotte and other Mecklenburg municipalities. This would include coordinating social services to address student social-emotional needs, sharing land use to create more affordable housing and recreational opportunities, addressing public safety, and more. This work can reduce duplication, improve effectiveness, create savings, and potentially identify new sources of revenue for schools. For example, might the county, CMS, and the city work together to improve street safety while raising increased revenue for CMS through stoplight cameras? To facilitate needed collaboration, we recommend periodic and regular joint meetings between the County Commission, CMS, and all county municipalities to discuss shared needs and strengthen collaboration, together establish joint legislative priorities. Finally, we urge you to collaborate with other county commissioners in the region and in the state to address the legislature and to inform citizens about urgent funding, school funding needs. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Chris Jenkins, Jacoby Smith, Isaiah Brown, Darren Black, and John Crawford. After this group, it'll be Navardo Miller and then Zaire Brown.
Good evening, commissioners, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Crawford. I'm here today on behalf of Camp Impact. 11 years ago, Sean Kennedy and Chris Jenkins contacted me about creating a summer camp for young boys at Johnson C. Smith University. I met with this group of bright young men who had a vision to create something positive for inner city youth in our community. They didn't know much about the university, so they wanted me to go with them to talk to the president, which I was happy to do since JCSU is my alma mater. Together, we requested the youth of the gym for 1 week to create what became Camp Impact. What started as an idea has now grown into a program that serves boys between the ages of 8 and 13 each summer, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day. Last year alone, the camp served approximately 300 young boys whose family wanted them to be involved in something positive, structured, and encouraging during the summer month. One of the things that means the most to me is that some of these boys who attended Camp Impact in the early years now return to volunteer and help with the next generation of campers. That tells me the program is making a difference. Our goal has always been to expose these young men to opportunity, education, careers, teamwork, leadership, and possibilities they may not otherwise experience. We want them to see more for themselves and for their future. As Charlotte continues to grow, we know there is still a great need of positive youth programs like this in our community. Tonight, I simply ask you that you consider supporting Camp Impact financially as you review your budget considerations. Any support you can provide will help us continue investing in the lives of these young men. Thank you for your time and your leadership. Chris Jenkins, co-founder of the program, will speak to you regarding the program.
Thank you, Mr. Crawford and the entire MECO family. Thank you, Board of County Commissioners, Chair Jarrell, County Manager Bryant. Thank you, Charlotte local community, for the endless support. Not to place them last, but a special thanks to our Heavenly Father for allowing us to be in the now. My name is Christopher Jenkins, and I am the co-founder of MEC Investment Company, AKA MECO. I'm joined by one of my campers from last year's Impact, Mr. Justin Bryant, and I brought him along just so he could stand and see where he has an opportunity to be in one of your spots one day. And just to think, we had to turn away over 500 campers due to funding restraints last year. Who are we? A powerful quote from Frederick Douglass defines our Impact Camp. It is easier to build a strong child than to repair a broken man. Our philosophy is prevention over reaction. MEC Investment, inspired by the founders of Brooklyn Neighborhood here in Charlotte, their commitment to investing in the community. We formulated MECO because our community needed more than resources, it needed programs led by positive Afro-American men that are willing to show up. Our organization combined made up over 100 years of community service, founded by strong connections and positive reinforcements to prevent young people from becoming juvenile delinquents. When we began as a self-funding organization, we started off with 50 young men made up of Northside Academic and Athletic Association at a church on Ashley Road, December 27th, my birthday on 2017. 1 year later, we were operating our free camp with the thanks to Mr. Crawford and Johnson C. Smith and the current president, Dr. Valerie Kinlaw, for opening the doors and giving young men a true college experience. Our mission, to have the daily lasting impact on the lives of underserved youth through human capital, enrichment programs, sports, and a passionate measure for change in our community. Our 4 principles is discipline, integrity, accountability, and love. What we do, our program is MECO Investment. We invest in youth by offering structured mentorship, life coaching, providing real-world exposures to careers, different industries, connecting youth with community leaders and employment partners, creating innovative and supporting families and neighborhoods, offering pathways through our 4 E's designed to help young people build stable, productive, and fulfillment futures. Each E represents a stepping stone towards independent success. The 4 E's, enlisting for youth considering services in the military or structured training, such as the police force or fire department. We provide guidance, preparation, and mentorship to help them understand their options and choose a path that aligns with their goals. Enrollment, we support young people in enrolling in educational programs, colleges, trade schools, certification trackings, and skill-based training. Our goal is to help access opportunities that expand their knowledge and open doors. Employment, MECO works with the community partners to connect young people with job opportunities, workforce readiness, training, and career-building resources. And entrepreneurship for young people who dream building sometimes on their own, provide needed mentorship, business guidance, and access to community resources. Our future programmer would like to extend our program from 1 week to 2 weeks, add more head counts. We're taking 40 kids to Washington, D.C., to the largest HBCU college fair. And we also are working on extra trades for high school graduates and GED graduates. Our commitment is to give young people the opportunity every generation deserves: consistency, opportunity, and hope. My brother Sean Kennedy said best, we're in the hope business. We are committed to building future mentors, strengthening families, and transforming communities 1 hour, 1 conversation, and 1 young person at a time. I thank you for your consideration.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Darian Black, the mother of a 13-year-old who is on his 4th year of Impact Camp, possibly even his last. It's bittersweet, to say the least, for numerous reasons. I'd like to start off with all the goodness. As I stated, this will be our 4th year attending, and I personally have seen the growth and passion expand from year to year. I'm not going to lie, I was a bit apprehensive the first year because honestly, free isn't always of quality, but when I tell you guys, it makes my heart smile to have had the pleasure to experience the leadership, integrity, and fellowship that Camp Impact offers. It is truly one of a kind. Camp Impact serves many classes of young men, creating a broad range of togetherness, which I personally think is awesome and is needed. From the career portion of the camp, where community leaders come out and speak with our young men, into the active portion, from playing the basketball in the gym and outside on the field. Not to mention that the Camp Impact is hosted at the campus of the historically Black college, Johnson C. Smith University, running from 8 to 4 p.m., which I think is pretty awesome. All the while providing lunch to the campers. I could go on and on. We the people are very grateful and thankful for Impact Camp. I'm going to round this off with the bittersweet of it all. This may very well be my son's last year attending, as I stated earlier, due to the fact 13 is the cutoff age. I could only imagine, with you guys' help and support on today, how many more young men could have the opportunity to experience such great and phenomenal camp. And who knows, with the help, Camp Impact could even possibly expand its age limit. I thank you guys for your consideration.
First off, I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Sean Kennedy and MeckNC.gov for asking me to speak on behalf of this amazing camp. Thank you all who are here to lend an ear to hear me speak on the greatness of this program as well and what it's done for me. I'd love to give y'all a quick story of how I've grown in this program and progressed and thrived through this program, from being a camper to a team leader to a counselor. With this camp being nearly 11 years old and counting, I happen to be amongst the few who can say they're one of the first campers the camp had. It started in December of 2015, and it feels like yesterday. I was about only 10 or 11 at the time. I remember it started off in a church gym. As soon as I walked into the gym, I was welcomed with new faces and new faces I could call teammates and I could call friends. And
you keep going. No. We don't get a lot of young people. You keep going.
The camp is a camp that's big on encouraging kids of underprivileged homes and really of all backgrounds to believe in themselves. In their athleticism and physical activities and sports, which as a kid, I wasn't the most confident in certain areas. To tell you a little story, we were playing a game of, I want to say, knockout, and I can explain you that game afterwards. And we were playing in an interesting way. We were playing where we could choose to play with a basketball or a football. And this was to really win the winning prize. And I threw the football into the hoop and I won, and it was amazing. It was a great experience. And it teaches kids to believe in themselves and their leadership skills, and which as a kid I didn't really think I had any at the time. I was a camper until I turned 13, and then I became a team leader. I quickly learned that leadership as a team leader isn't just about being in charge, it's about setting an example. The campers looked up to me whether I realized it or not. If I showed patience, positivity, effort, and they reciprocated the energy. Guiding the groups, helping solve problems, and helping campers work through challenges all strengthen leadership and communication skills. Once again, I never really knew existed within myself. Experiences like leading drills, organizing games, sports events, managing the group dynamics helped me grow into confident and set skills. At around 17, I then progressed into becoming a counselor. And since I started college, I've been coming back to volunteer to this very day. And yeah, there were times and moments where things didn't go as planned, activities fell apart, campers got upset, and I had to think on my feet to alleviate those situations. And that taught me to get in the mindset of better patience, adaptability, and resilience. Learning this helped me teach and even be able to reach my groups. Those skill sets helped me help them make a good turnaround, and even if it was in just those moments. What stands out the most to me is in those experiences is the relationships I've built. I've connected with the campers, the counselors, the staff, all family to this day. I've got to see kids who were with me in the beginning of the camp coming back to be team leaders and counselors themselves, and I'm not the only one. I've even seen kids that were part of groups that we were over becoming team leaders themselves. Building trust with the campers, whether helping someone overcome uncertainty during activities or encouraging themselves with what they felt unsure of, was incredibly rewarding in its own humbling ways. Moments like seeing campers gain confidence to try something new reminded me of myself first coming in, and never fails to show me what the program really is about. The program is about impact. The program creates meaningful connections and lasting memories for both the counselors and the campers. Firsthand, I witnessed bonds and connections in my groups that grew ever stronger every year the camp came around. Some of those bonds are mine, and the family dynamic and the overall fun tends to have you looking forward to the next coming seasons, and I, for one, look forward to this year. At least I personally do, and it saddens me that sometimes I'm unable to volunteer as much as I wish, seeing that I'm off at school, whether that be because of the educational pursuance or because of the hard work and hunger that this camp really has helped instill in me through so many different activities involving broadening horizons, like working together to create team businesses just for the fun, or having notable guests come to speak to the kids. I'm 21 now, and I'm an upcoming senior at Fayetteville State University, studying music. I'm a music major, and I just recently declared my theater minor just last fall semester. And through lectures from radio station hosts, radio and business owners, entrepreneurs, and even police officers turned DJs, the program showed me my impossible is possible. With bringing people who grew up where I grew up and who look like me to the camp to teach. Not to mention the campus is, as you heard, is ran in the city's very own outstanding private HBCU, Johnson C. Smith University, a rival of my beloved Broncos, but I love my Bulls. Speaking of that honorable E enrollment, I also had two of my nephews in the camp with me. The oldest actually came into the camp with me at the start too, and happened to come back to be a team leader as well. He recently just received a scholarship to go to school. To see his younger brother, who plays almost every sport out there, come to the camp and to thrive as well felt so good to see. Can't explain it. To end this off, I want to proudly say that this program has and shall play a key role in my life, along with all of my ambitions and aspirations of how I aim to make my impact on this world myself, especially to the youth, whether it be through volunteering in my arts or ultimately through my dedicated advocacy. I genuinely look forward to growing with Impact for many years to come. With that, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Was that Navarro? Is that Navarro? No? All right, is Navarro Miller here? Yeah, okay, fantastic. What about Zaire Brown? All right, perfect. And while they're coming, I want to take a moment to recognize the president of one of our premier institutions of higher learning here in our community, Johnson C. Smith University President, Dr. Valerie Kinlock. Thank you for being here, Dr. Kinlock, and for what you do for this community. Navarro, you and Zaire, 3 minutes each.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Zaire Brown, and today I want to speak about what the Charlotte Impact Camp truly means to me. At one point, I was sitting in the same position as many of the young athletes who come to this camp. I was once a student learning from others, looking for guidance, motivation, and opportunities. Now being able to come back as a counselor and a mentor means everything to me because I understand how important it is for young people to have positive influences around them. This camp is bigger than football or sports or anything. It's about helping kids stay focused, making better decisions, and staying on the right path in life. A lot of young people face distractions and negative influences every day, and sometimes all it takes is the right environment and the right people around them to make a difference. The Charlotte Impact Camp gives kids a safe, positive space where they can focus on growth, discipline, teamwork, and self-confidence instead of getting caught up in trouble and all the things that goes around with all this teenage stuff. It's crazy. One of the most important parts of this camp is the mentorship. The mentors are not just teaching sports, they are teaching life lessons. They encourage athletes to work hard in school, stay disciplined, respect others, and believe in themselves. Having mentors who genuinely care can change the direction of someone's life because kids need people they can look up to and trust. For me personally, being able to mentor younger athletes is special to me because I know how much guidance helped me growing up. The lessons, encouragement, and advice I received helped shape me into the person I am today, and now I have the opportunity to give that same support back to the next generation. The Charlotte Impact Camp is about building more than athletes. It's about building young leaders, strong students, and responsible young men who can succeed both and off the field. Thank you.
First and foremost, I'd like to begin with saying what a tremendous honor it is to speak about my experience and having such an incredible mentor like Sean Kennedy, and to have the opportunity to be a part of something much larger than myself. My name is Navarro Miller. I attended Vance High School here in Charlotte, North Carolina, now known as Julius Chambers High School, and I graduated with a 2.3 GPA. At that point in my life, I was trying to figure out what came next. It was honestly frightening, but one thing I knew for certain was that I didn't want to become another person who gave up on themselves. Today, I'm an aspiring attorney and I'm currently a 2L law student at Duke University. In addition to pursuing my law degree, I hold a bachelor's degree in political science and a minor in criminal justice. I've also completed a dual master's degree in public administration and business administration. But the reason I share with you, not to impress anyone, but is to show what can happen when someone invests in a young person before they fully believe in themselves. This is exactly what this program does. I was first introduced to this camp as a kid, honestly, I was hard-headed. I always wanted the easy way out and tried to do as little work as possible. But Sean Kennedy never gave up on me. He constantly kept me in line, challenged me, and pushed me towards opportunities that he believed were necessary for my growth and development. As I got older, I began to realize the lessons I learned through this camp shaped me far beyond expectation. The camp taught me discipline, teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. It taught young people how to build strong habits and how to focus on becoming excellent at something, and how to continue moving forward even through hardship. The camp is special because it has the ability to reach every type of kid. Yes, there were athletics activities that encouraged competition and teamwork, but there was also real-world lessons for kids who may not have been interested in sports at all. But the counselors, the staff, took the time to have genuine conversations with the campers, openly sharing their own struggles and experience while encouraging young people to position themselves for success in life. I admire how nobody discouraged kids from dreaming big, whether a camper wanted to become a Division I athlete, a lawyer, a business leader, or something completely different. They were surrounded by people who gave them guidance, exposure, and belief. Sean would make sure to get the kids involved and engaged with speakers who succeeded in their fields and talk about their journeys. Later, while I was attending the University of North Carolina at Charlotte as a student athlete, I had the opportunity to come back and serve as a volunteer.
We give you 30 more seconds.
Thank you.
We've got to wrap it up.
A volunteer as a group leader. And one of the biggest things, my mentor and some of the other counselors at the camp would always talk about giving back to the younger generation. And you can tell I changed because I decided to listen. I began to realize that many of the campers look up to me because they could relate to my story. They saw that someone struggled in school, someone who didn't always see the value in education, but who kept pushing forward anyways. Some of them become inspired simply because they saw proof that their current circumstances did not have to define their future. This is why Sean Kennedy has, sorry.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, brother. All right, next up, we're gonna have Mina Ezike, Irania Macias. And after them, it'll be Jasmine May and then Amy Hahn Nelson.
Going first. I'm Mina Ezike. I'm going first. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to go first, and then we'll hear from you, Ms. Macias.
Good evening. My name is Mina Ezike. I'm a criminal defense attorney here in Charlotte, a homeowner and resident of District 4. I'm here in opposition to the $116 million Cop City, the law enforcement training facility, being funded completely by the county at $160 million and built by the local community college. When I think about Cop City, I don't think of public safety. I think of mass surveillance, environmental destruction, clear cutting of over 30 acres of forested land, and a tool of mass surveillance and of mass criminalization and incarceration in our community. On a community college, there's plans to build a burn tower, a firing range, a gun range, a mock neighborhood, a mock bodega, and a mock prison, as well as use drone policing tactics or train police to use drone policing tactics on a community college. All of these things are incredibly concerning, but what's been most concerning about the plans to build this project is the complete lack of transparency from our elected officials and how they use our money. The county commissioners who are sitting in front of you today have admitted openly that they got no presentation on this project when they voted to divert $116 million from the education budget to plan this facility. I was actually a plaintiff in a lawsuit who sued the community college just to get basic information about this project. And as part of the settlement of that lawsuit, the community college released emails between them as well as various federal agencies, including ICE, DHS, FBI, and DEA, where the administration was asking those federal agencies what they wanted to be seen built here with our Mecklenburg County taxpayer dollars and here in Mecklenburg County. Why is it that our county is using education dollars to subsidize federal law enforcement agencies, especially federal law enforcement agencies in this day and age under the Trump administration? And why is it that that using our tax dollars, they are more concerned about what these federal agencies such as ICE and DHS believe should be in our communities and do not want to hear from us? We have asked for transparency about this project, we have asked for a public process, and we have asked for an audit. And we have been met with crickets from our elected officials. So as part of an all grassroots volunteer campaign, we went out and collected 500 to 600 public comments from community members about their thoughts on Cop City. Since you all as elected officials refuse to hold any process, public process, to hear directly from your constituents about how this $116 million of our taxpayer dollars is being spent.
Irenia.
Still nothing? You don't want to hear what 600 of your own constituents have to say about how you're spending our money? No? Okay. There it is, you all. $116 million. They don't want to hear from us. Shame. Education dollars. You hear it. They dropping it on the floor. Shame.
Irenia.
My name is Irania Mas. My name is Irania Macias. I am a children's author, master storyteller, and a teaching artist, and the founder of Crisscross Mango Sauce, a bilingual arts and educational organization serving families across Mecklenburg County. For more than 27 years, we have worked in cultural programming, arts integration, and community outreach in schools, libraries, theater, wellness institutions, and community spaces across the United States and internationally. Our mission at Crisscross Mango Sauce is to bridge cultural differences through the performing arts and create spaces where families feel seen, connected, and valued. I am here today to thank Mecklenburg County and Arts and Science Council for investing in Cultural Blocks. Cultural Blocks is a community initiative that brings art, science, and history experiences directly into neighborhoods through trusted community spaces like libraries, parks, recreational centers, and cultural institutions. These investments recognize the access to the arts that is essential to educational belonging and community well-being. Since 2021, Crisscross Mango Sauce has received several cultural blocks grants that have allowed us to serve thousands of children and families through bilingual storytelling, theater, music, and cultural programming rooted in identity, literacy, and connection. Through our program Pueblos, which means towns in Spanish, we have brought bilingual arts experiences directly into neighborhoods, libraries, churches, park apartments, communities, and cultural spaces where families already gathered. This work goes beyond arts education. It supports family literacy, cultural preservation, healing, and social connection. Latinos are one of the fastest growing communities in Mecklenburg County and contribute greatly to the region workforce, entrepreneurship, education, and economic growth. These grants have allowed us to create opportunities for immigrants, educators, artists, musicians, and teaching artists here in Charlotte. I also speak to you as an immigrant mother who moved to Charlotte from Venezuela in 1993, and as I raised bilingual children here, I often saw gaps between what families needed and what institutions were prepared to offer culturally and emotionally. I am especially proud of my two children, one graduated in Chapel Hill and do research in diabetes research, and my other son is in Australia as a rugby player. They are examples of what is to have a mother who understands the power of arts. I am here just to thank you, and I'm just really thank you for the support that you have given to Arts and Science Council. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jasmine May, and then Amy Hall Nelson.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Jasmine May. I am a Charlotte native. I am also a proud patron of our beautiful Charlotte Mecklenburg library system. I come today from the intersectionality of being a proud CML patron and a Novant Health clinical trial cancer healthcare worker. I have always been drawn to history and my own personal family history. I've always yearned to learn as much as possible. When I first started on my quest to learn my own family roots, I did not think it was possible to get beyond my known information. Reasons including deceased knowledgeable relatives, discrete living relatives, financial commitment, and limited historical records. Well, in 2024, when I took my first genealogy class, taught by Danielle Pritchett, entitled Black Genealogy, Moving Beyond the 1870 Census, it changed everything in the trajectory of both my personal and professional life. Danielle Pritchett, the librarian genealogist, in her free CML genealogy classes removed most of the aforementioned barriers to doing genealogy research. In a later series of classes, Danielle taught the intersection of cancer and genealogy would meet. These series of genealogy classes were hosted at the Novant Health Cancer Institute Camp Besant Support Center, where I would meet a sweet angel who was instrumental in me obtaining my current employment. I submitted my resume to her, and she looped me in with the oncology clinical trial folks at Novant Health. My date of hire with Novant was exactly 1 year to the death date of my family matriarch, Miss Johnny Mae Dunlap May, my maternal grandmother. I took this as a sign of alignment of my purposes. Please note, before I received my official offer letter, I utilized another resource offered by CML. I reserved private study rooms to successfully complete my rounds of interviewing to obtain my current position. Charlotte Mecklenburg Library has been essential in both my personal and professional development. I am in alignment with my goals in part due to the resources made available by Charlotte Mecklenburg Library. Thank you.
And before Amy starts, then after Amy will be Shamika Robinson. And colleagues, I know you see Shamika as part of a group, but she's separate, and then I'm going to call the other group. Amy?
Yeah, all right, good evening. I'm Amy Hahn Nelson, Chair of the Charlotte Mecklenburg Library Board of Trustees. It is lovely to be here with you today. On behalf of the library and the board, I just want to extend a big thank you to you as commissioners and to County Manager Mike Bryant for your continued support. We understand the challenges that the county is facing and how limited resources have constrained our budget. And we appreciate and recognize the manager's recommended investment in our system. The recommended budget provides operational support and critical staff for Main Library when our long-awaited state-of-the-art innovation and knowledge hub will open in Uptown next year. We are also a system of 500 employees, and these employees are our most important resource. As you've heard, we actually had two speakers in front of me was a library employee, although she was talking for ASC. So our employees are amazing, and we were so grateful to see the pay increase for all county employees and for all county staff. The library enriches the lives of so many in our community, whether it's within the walls of a branch, whether it's online, or out in the community. And we are committed to supporting every individual's growth, from the youngest explorers in our community to our most experienced learners. And there are so many success stories I hear daily of residents whose lives have been positively impacted by our library system. Similar to the speaker who came right before me is just one example of how our residents in Mecklenburg County are able to access library resources, and most importantly, the trained staff who have a passion for serving the public. Our library remains one of the few places in our community that is available and open to all. Thank you for that support. We could not provide that for our community without your continued resources. Thank you again for your service, your time, and your consideration.
Thank you, Amy. Shamika Robinson. And I know you're up top. We're getting the microphone to you.
Right here. Cool.
Thank you. Thank you, County Commissioners. My name is Shamika Robinson. I'm Vice President of National Federation of the Blind, but I'm here on behalf of Metrolina Association for the Blind. I just wanted to give a few minutes to tell you that since 2012, Metrolina for the Blind has been a crucial place for me to gain my independence. Metrolina Association Blind was the one that helped me go back to CPCC totally blind and get my degree. And then to go on to train, and now I'm an accessibility analyst that tests websites to make sure they're accessible for people with all disabilities, visually impaired and totally blind, which our website do need some help. But I'm not here for that right now. But for Metrolina Association of the Blind, it is real crucial in the blind community, being an activist for the blind community, where I have some of my colleagues here, some of my friends who get many services from Metrolina Association for the Blind. It's been around for over 90 years, and for 90 years it has been a crucial asset in the blind community here in Mecklenburg County, here in Charlotte, and the surrounding counties. It used pennies to make our lives independently and just make us where we can just try to live and strive in this community. It also provides transportation for us to go to the doctor and to go to all these grocery stores that sometimes we get there. We cannot afford the groceries now with this economy. MAB has been so crucial in our lives, and reinstating this funding would be a wonderful, wonderful thing for us. It'll be crucial for us. Right here in the news, you done heard that line services have laid off all these blind people, and they're going to lay off another batch of blind vision impaired people next month. And those people will come to MAB looking for resources and retraining, and our MAB without this funding would not be able to fulfill those requirements. So we're just asking you today, and I'm asking you, please, just take consideration us. We're over here. We're in this blind community. We pay county and city taxes. And we're just asking for y'all to just throw us a bone and give MAB some funding that we can thrive and live in this community just like everybody else. Thank you, and y'all have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you, Shamika. So next is a group. I'm going to call everyone's name. You can just pass the microphone, but it'll be Tracy Libertino, Corey Milner, Jeremiah Rogers, Joseph Ramatullah, Alexander Jimenez, Joanne Bean, Becky Davidson, Susan King, and Josephine Torres. And you will, all as a group will have up to 10 minutes.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Tracy Libertino. I'm the president and CEO of Metrolina Association for the Blind, fondly MAB. First off, thank you for the opportunity to share results of funds that you have provided to us in the past. We are a former recipient of the Community Service Grant for fiscal year ends 2024 and 2025. Unfortunately, last year there was a pause on the Community Service Grant, and I thank our new county manager, Bryant, for adding a line in the budget for $4.7 million for former recipients of this grant. We have been here since 1934 providing services. We have been able, with your funds, to continue to provide 18 different programs for people that are experiencing blindness from the ages of 4 to 104 and more. 1 out of every 3 of our residents here in Mecklenburg County over the age of 55 are going to need us in the next 3 years. Unfortunately, there's not enough funding to provide services for all of them. What you provided to us in the past allowed us to serve 10,000 plus hours of direct services to people like Shamika and the other representatives here today, in order to make them independent, thriving citizens of Mecklenburg County. I'm going to give my microphone to others because I think it's critical that you hear the stories of the people that you're assisting and who have received our attention in the past. And we'll start with Joanne Beam.
Hi, thank you very much. I'm Joanne Beam. My son, Ryan Beam, is a client of MAB. He's been a client since he was 3 years old. He has ocular albinism, a genetic eye disorder, means he has very low vision, a nystagmus, depth perception, and light sensitivity. The magic of MAB is the services that they provide to help people make great use of limited sight. His magic finally came as a middle schooler when he was given bioptics. They're these sci-fi-like glasses that for the first time allowed him to actually see the whiteboard in a classroom. And his hope is that maybe one day he'll be able to drive thanks to those glasses. But I will tell you, the confidence that they have given him has allowed him to thrive. And I'm proud to say that he will graduate from Northwestern University in industrial engineering in June, and those bioptics have taken him through 4 years.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Corey Milner. Some people say I don't look visually impaired. I have an eye disease that has now left me with 30% vision left, and every month it declines. It can be very isolating for people who are blind or visually impaired, and you don't know how to reinvent your life. I had a very full professional and social life, and then what? Then what? Metrolina for the Blind Association. For 3 years, they have given me the benefit of 1 year, a mini class of tools that when I lose my vision, what I can do. The next year, I had one-on-one training from a master teacher who was 100% blind. He taught me the program that's complicated, JAWS, that reads your emails on your computer. And this year, I'm learning advanced functions on my iPhone. All of these things help you connect with the world. And it's sorely needed. So I hope and pray you will fund Metrolina Association for the Blind. Thank you for this consideration.
Good evening.
You have 4 minutes to speak.
Okay. Good evening. I'm Jeremiah Rogers. I'm in District 1. And I first encountered MAB when I was 9 years old. That was 1980-something. It was way before the first Hornets. Because of MAB, I was able to acquire what are called daily living skills. So don't tell my wife, but they taught me how to vacuum. They taught me how to iron my clothes, wash dishes. I've proven that I could do that a few times. But they also taught me orientation and mobility skills, which is how to travel safely and effectively with a cane or a dog guide or low vision tools. They allow me and others to participate civically in events just like this one and to attend medical appointments and other important functions with efficiency and confidence, and to enjoy some social connections. You may think, I don't see many blind or low vision people out and about. How would I justify this funding of MAB to my constituents or to taxpayers? It's a fair question. So my answer to that is that in a county with no MAB or with a diminished MAB like Tracy described earlier, blind and low vision citizens would have to rely on state agencies and federal agencies for services, which means their providers may not have knowledge of the local community. Those services may be provided once or twice a month instead of much more frequently. And they ultimately it's a real significant problem for transportation. A lot of us are dog guide users, and between the limited English proficiency of many rideshare drivers and service refusals to dog guide users, the transportation services that MAB provides are a lifeline to many community members. So, to wind up, the things that MAB can provide with additional funding is it will share the load, not replace, but share the load with the county's special transportation services. It will be a source for loved ones and blind and low vision people themselves, like the clients that you've already heard from, for those people to be able to get quick, efficient access to things like social work services. Somebody mentioned some layoffs in the blind community recently, and those folks are going to need social work services that MAB can uniquely provide. Those folks are going to need transportation services. They may need some assistive technology services like Corey provided. All of those things are possible if you reinstate the CSG funding for MAB. Thank you very much for your time. I know it's been a long evening, but thank you for your time and service.
So, I just want to end with thanking the county for what you have done and the commissioners. As you can see, what we do touch lives. In the 2 years that you provided funding that helped us support about a third of the recipients that receive services from us, we were able to add an additional 1,000 people to our programs. It was incredibly impactful, and we are incredibly grateful for that. We'd like to do it again in the upcoming year. One of the things that it helped us envision is a brand new group program for mobility management, so think cane training, that no one else in the country has done, and we're excited to start to begin that program, especially here in the new year. And we're hopeful to have some additional funds so that we can make certain that those people that have been on wait lists for a year or more can receive our services. Thank you for your time and your consideration.
Thank you. Our next two speakers are going to be Eric Guffnauer and Rich Arenas. And I apologize, Eric, for mispronouncing your last name.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, commissioners. My name is Eric, and I have a few concerns about fiscal responsibility. Something recently brought to my attention that brought this concern to focus for me was this recent CPCC public safety training facility. Some members of the community had brought this to my attention. I'm originally from Seattle, Washington. We moved here about 5 years ago. And a lot of the same red flags that I became accustomed to noticing there, I'm also seeing here. The same machinery of public service, consultants, developers, and institutions, all making the same sounds they know they want their constituency to hear: investment, stakeholders, progress, etc., while having their hands in our pockets. And I can understand the reasons given. I've looked at a lot of the arguments. We're a fast-growing city, crime rates and recidivism are on the rise, and it's for the public good. Well, as with any good idea, it should be able to withstand public scrutiny of those paying for it. A full accounting of the costs, future obligations, expansions, and decision-making process. People in this community are tired of being treated like an obstacle to be managed after the deals have been allocated and signed. Tired of tightening our belts while rent, education, and the cost of living skyrocket beyond the means of 72% of the families in this county are paying over and above 40% of their wage in cost of living and rent alone. Being from Seattle, it feels like I'm there again. It's so nostalgic for me. And please don't write this off. I'm not here being idealistic. I don't have a bone to pick with the police or anything, you know. I see criminality every day, and so do my neighbors. I live right downtown, right there. I see it constantly. It's springtime. Guess what? I get to hear gunshots every other weekend. We don't want to see this body painted with that same brush. So please be transparent with the public. Let us have our input and give us a reason to put the paint down. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. After Rich Arenas, it'll be Kyle Queen.
Hello, I'm speaking on behalf of my brother, Richard Arenas. I'm a local attorney and I live here in Optimist Park. And I think it's shameful that this county so haphazardly cuts the programs that the residents of this county desperately need. I've sat in this room for nearly 2 hours and I've listened to community leaders plead for funding for programs that our citizens desperately need. There are great organizations here, Roof Above, Safe Alliance, MEC Pre-K, Camp Impact. The money is there. We don't have a budget deficit issue, we have a spending issue. We're talking about budget cuts to all these amazing services that help raise the standard of living for this city. And instead, you all are trying to fund a $100 million police campus. Cops don't prevent crime, they respond to crime. Community programs that keep kids off the streets prevents crime. Affordable housing for indigent citizens prevents crime. And proper education that leads to stable employment prevents crime. I'm not asking for money. I'm asking that this board use the funds that they claim that they don't have to invest in our community, not in a police state. Thank you.
Kyle, after Kyle, we had Kip Kaiser, who I do not see here. He's not coming. Okay, and then Carla, you'll be after Kyle.
Good evening. Thank you for your dedication to working on our behalf. And tonight I want to address a change in your fiscal reality. I want to address it with all the folks that are still here. I hope other people are listening. Only 8 days ago, the North Carolina Maggot, and that stands for Make America Greedy, Immoral Turf for Sociopaths, introduced bills to put deceptive and harmful constitutional amendments on the ballot in November. Yesterday, without public input or deliberation, those bills passed the House. First limits the state personal income tax rates. To what percentage? They didn't say. But if you earn $30,000 a year, your income tax at 3.99% is roughly $1,000 before deductions. If your income is $1.5 million, the tax is $600,000. Who relies the most on public services, and who personally benefits the most from an income tax cut? The corporate income tax is already headed to zero. If you are Duke Energy, taxed at a 2% rate, my sources indicate that their tax payments are just over $14 billion. When the corporate income tax rate goes to zero in 2030, who is hurt by the $14 billion hole in our state budget from just this one company? The maggots even favor foreign corporations over their constituents. From zero in 2010, Chinese interests now own 50,000 acres of North Carolina farmland. Smithfield hog operations are over 80% of that figure. Their earnings are not publicly broken down by state, but their earnings were $15.5 billion. So at a 2% income tax, they would be contributing $310 million versus the scheduled tax rate of zero. And the right to farm is another constitutional amendment that precludes those hog farms' neighbors from suing them for fouling their air, water, and land. And the fourth one is a union-busting amendment. But for us, the current law is, or excuse me, the other proposed constitutional amendment prohibits local governments' property tax increases. At our current 0.49% property tax on a $150,000 house, you would pay about $735. If they cap it at 0.34%, that's about $510. So you'd keep about $200. Wikipedia estimates Duke Energy's 2023 assets at $177 billion, which, if taxed, decreased by the same rate, we the people would hand over another $200 million to Duke Energy. So I guess we got to boost the sale tax. So all of us can pay $10 for an orange regardless of our income.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Carla, then we'll have Meredith Connolly and Steve Cole.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carla Carlisle. I'm the founder of the Compassionate Companion. For the past 2 years, my team has conducted trauma-informed mental wellness and violence prevention work in neighborhoods across this county, in schools, churches, the detention center, and county communities dealing with chronic stress. Since early 2024, we've delivered around 150 sessions, reaching an estimated 2,500 residents, youth, parents, caregivers, and educators. Partners like Heal Charlotte, Hope Haven, A Better World, the County Detention Center, and YMCAs across the county brought us back again and again because they saw what it did for their people. One parent told us, "This workshop helped me realize I have tools to manage my stress and support my kids." That's the point. When people learn to cope and regulate their emotions, we prevent crises before they start. And the need has never been greater. Here in North Carolina, the young adult suicide rate has climbed 41%, one of the steepest increases in the country. This county already named behavioral health a top priority and built the first Office of Violence Prevention in North Carolina because violence and untreated trauma are the same crisis wearing different faces. As youth show director for This Is My Brave Charmeck, I watched young people speak openly about trauma and healing. One was my own son, JC, who lived through significant childhood trauma and now uses his voice to help others feel less alone. That's what this work does. It moves people from silence to healing. So here's what I'd ask you to sit with. The need is not going away, but the spaces where this healing happens could. When a community loses places to process trauma safely, the trauma does not disappear, it shows up somewhere else. In our schools, in our emergency rooms, our detention centers, and homes already carrying more than what they should. $500K is what I'm asking, not for me personally, although that would be great, to support the Department of Public Health and the great work that they're doing. This work needs to continue. Thank you so much for your time and your leadership.
Thank you. Is Meredith Connolly here? All right, then Steve will go with you, and after Steve, Jennifer Moxley.
Good evening. I'm Stephen Cole. I'm here to represent the staff and board of Veterans Bridge Home. I'd like to thank the Mecklenburg Board of County Commissioners for their ongoing commitment to the support of the more than 52,000 veteran families who live here. I'd specifically like to recognize our chair, Mr. Mark Jarrell, Commissioner Dunlap, Commissioner Griffith, for their military service to our nation. Thanks to our county manager, Mike Bryant, deputy manager, Dr. Campbell, Director of Community Support Services, Stacy Lowry, and the Veteran Services Division Director, Commander Scott Garlow, for their leadership to ensure that military families find a county that welcomes them, values their service, and invests in their continued success. Your investment in Veterans Bridge Home has helped to create a network of support that is changing lives in very real ways. The board's priorities around economic and workforce development, education, health equity and wellness, services for seniors, and reducing racial disparities closely align with the work that we do every day. Data shows that many veterans don't know what resources are available to them, or they wait for years before asking for them, and that's reflected in the fact that only about 30% of eligible veterans in this county are connected to the VA for health care or disability compensation, meaning that veterans here aren't receiving between $100 and $200 million in federal aid that could be coming to this county. Those are big numbers, but I've got a couple of stories that show what happens when connections are made and when veterans are connected. In March, an 80-year-old Army veteran at one of our coffees listened to Edison Platt speak about the Mecklenburg County Veteran Service Office. Despite serving his country decades ago, he never received VA benefits. 3 weeks ago, he walked into the VSO office on Freedom Drive, and the team helped him submit his first VA claim. This afternoon, he texted me and he said that he would be receiving more than $7,000 annually from the VA. For a senior on fixed income, this is real money, and it's really the recognition of the service that he gave to our country. We also worked with a veteran in his 30s who was diagnosed with cancer linked to burn pit exposure in the Middle East. His employer is a small business without health care benefits. They were doing everything they could to support him and his family. In addition to that, they reached out to us. We immediately connected him to VA, to the county, to VA health care, which began covering his treatment, while also providing disability benefits to support his family during their incredible difficult time. These are just two of the stories with more than 1,200 veteran families that we've helped in the last year. These stories reflect the importance of partnership and how it improves access. But we have a lot more work to do. So I encourage all of you to approve the proposed budget so we continue to be a county where veterans and military families know they're seen, appreciated, and valued. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Jennifer Moxley is not here. Isaiah Weathers and Brian Aram.
Hi, I'm around Brian. Is there someone
Brian.
before me?
Isaiah Weathers. Are you Isaiah? Yeah. Okay, you can go to the other one. That's fine.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak today. My name is Isaiah Weathers, and I'm a student at John C. Smith University, a photographer and creative, passionate about visual storytelling and the impact the arts can have on young people and communities. While I've always been a creative, my participation in programming at Lorien Arts through my middle school and high school years really helped me discover and develop my artistic skills and interests. Lorien Arts is a nonprofit that has served the West Charlotte communities for over 10 years. Through Lorien's programming, I was introduced to an environment that encouraged creativity, collaboration, and personal growth. Being surrounded by artists, mentors, and other young creatives helped me feel supported and motivated to take my work more seriously. It gave me opportunities to learn not only technical skills, but also the importance of confidence, discipline, and community within the arts. Lorien Arts has been a longtime recipient of support from the Art and Science Council, and I've personally experienced the impact that support can have. Programs like these create access for young creatives and may not otherwise have resources, connections, or opportunities to explore their passions. For me, participating in Lorien's programming helped open doors creatively and personally. It gave me a space where I felt encouraged to grow, experiment, and believe that my creative goals were possible. As a young creative, having access to arts programming is incredibly important because it provides not only education and experience, but also inspiration and a sense of belonging. Creative programs can truly shape confidence and direction for young people, and I know firsthand how meaningful that support can be. I want to sincerely thank the commissioners for their continued support of ASC and the organization they invest in. That support creates a ripple effect throughout the community and reaches individuals like me in ways that are personal and lasting. Because of that investment, young creatives are able to discover opportunities, develop their talents, and imagine futures for themselves that they may not have seen before. Thank you again for your time, your support, and your continued commitment to the arts and creative community. Thank you.
Thank you. After Aram, there'll be Patrice Commodore, and then Amanda, you'll be after Patrice.
Good evening, Chair Jarrell, members of the Board of Community or County Commissioners. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Aram Kim Bryan. I am served as the Vice President of Community Relations and Learning with the Charlotte Symphony Orchestra. I'm here tonight to thank you for your continued investment in the arts and culture through ASC, and to share what that investment makes possible for students and families across the county. Each year, ASC funding helps support symphony programs like One Musical Family, through which 11,000 fifth graders and teachers from CMS and surrounding districts experience a live concert with the Charlotte Symphony. For so many of those students, this is their first time hearing live orchestra, their first time in a concert hall, their first time in Uptown Charlotte. Their reactions are unforgettable. Is this a castle? It smells weird. I feel very important. ASC funding also supports in-school coachings for 600 students this school year and sustains Project Harmony, our long-running after-school music program that provides instruments, instruction, and mentorship to students from mostly Title I schools at no cost to the families. That support also allows us to build partnerships that respond directly to local needs. Through performances with our mobile stage at Latin American Coalition Annual Festival, we learned of a need for early music education. Together, we launched Bridge, a violin program for kindergarten and first grade students designed in direct response to the need. Just one example of long-term impact of this work is Michael Sanders. Michael first attended One Musical Family as a child, an experience that sparked something in him. He later became a member of the Charlotte Symphony Youth Orchestra, continued his musical studies, and today he is a music teacher at CMS. He now teaches students in our Project Harmony program, guiding and mentoring young musicians who are sitting exactly where he once sat. That kind of full circle impact does not happen overnight. It happens because this county continues to invest and believe in the power of sustained access to arts education and cultural experiences. And while these programs begin with students, their impact extends far beyond the classroom. Public investment in the arts helps make this county more vibrant, connected, and welcoming place to live. We're deeply grateful for your continued support and for recognizing the important role the arts play in all of our lives. I hope you'll come experience Charlotte Symphony this June with 13 concerts taking place across the county, including Cornelius all the way down to Pineville. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Patrice Commodore here? Oh, thank you.
Greetings, Chair and County Commissioners.
Oh, no, we can't. I think the mic needs to be adjusted. We have someone coming to you right now. And then you're next, Amanda.
Hello? There we go.
There you go.
Awesome. All right. Greetings, Chair and County Commissioners. My name is Patrice Commodore, and I am the Artistic Director and Servant Leader of Order My Steps Dance Company. I am also a full-time teaching artist, and I work with ASC. Over the last 10 years, my work with ASC has allowed me to touch youth, children, seniors, as well as those with disabilities. And this is really dear to my heart, because what you don't know about me is, yes, I am a teaching artist, but I am also someone living with multiple sclerosis. So I was diagnosed 3 years ago with 10 lesions on my brain. And as someone living with a disability, and I wouldn't even say it's a disability, it's actually been an ability for me because it has allowed me to connect with my seniors. I run a dance program called Dance Without Limits. And what it does, through the help of ASC, it allows seniors with varied mobility levels to experience dance. So in that class, I have some with prosthetic limbs. I have some who work in wheelchairs, some who are able to stand. The variety in that class is deep and wide. And that class is more than a dance class. In that class, we are able to use dance as a vehicle to communicate, to connect. The arts bring us together. And your support of ASC and the arts has been a vehicle for the seniors. It has been a lifeline because so many of them experience social isolation on a daily basis. You may think it's just a dance class, but no, it's a village. It's a village of people who can relate to them and who can relate to the things that they are experiencing as seniors. And so as someone who now can relate to them based on my own trials, I want to say thank you, Arts and Science Council, and thank you, county commissioners, and thank you for making arts available for our seniors. It allows us to have vibrant lives and to live a life full of potential, knowing that there is no limit. And so these programs are vital. And so we thank each commissioner and the chair for giving back to this community and making arts education a priority. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we hear from Amanda, the speakers after Amanda Thompson will be Jordan White and Sylvia Stitt.
Good evening, Chair Jarrell, County Commissioner, County Manager Bryant, and County Commissioners. First of all, I want to say good evening. My name is Amanda Thompson, and I am honored to be the president of Charlotte-Mecklenburg Association of Educators, which I stand on the shoulders of past President Velma D. Lee. Tonight I come with two incredible, powerful words. I want to say thank you. I was upset because I was number 45, but as I sat here, I really got to listen to the hard work that you all do as county commissioners for the county of Mecklenburg. We're dealing with health, environment, and especially education and the welfare of our students and families that I serve as an educator. People often say the budget reveals the priorities of a community. By fully funding CMS local operating requests for the third consecutive year, you all are making one thing clear. Mecklenburg County believes in our students, in our schools, and especially public education. As an educator, you guys have also showed it is not just a line item on a spreadsheet. It is about the legacy of leadership you guys are leaving as county commissioners. As you guys know, in CMS, 34% of our operating budget is from you all. That investment has helped continue our academic success while being the second largest school district in the state and the 16th largest in the nation. Because the reality is the state's not doing it. Local government has had to increasingly carry the load, and you guys have not fallen short. Thank you for stepping up and showing up for us. Your funding has helped recruit and retain highly qualified educators. It has helped our classified employees get to a livable wage. Your investment has given us nurses, mental health services, transportation staff, cafeteria workers, and the wraparound services our students need. Earlier this month, I was in Raleigh with 1,000 educators saying kids over corporations. You guys are doing that work here because you choose students, you choose educators, you have chosen our public schools. Because the budget is more than just numbers. It's about opportunity. It's about stability and where the families can have the service they need. It takes a village to raise a child. Thank you all for being a part of our village. Thank you.
Thank you. Before our next speaker, ma'am, are you going to speak with the lady with the child here? Yes. What is your name? My name is K. Marie Walters. K. Marie. Ma'am, do you mind, she has a little girl here that I'm assuming you were probably trying to get home to go to bed at some point, and you've been here all night. I don't think anybody in the gallery would mind if we let you go ahead and move up for 3 minutes, and so you can get out of here. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. All right, now this is K. Marie Walters, yeah. So I'm sorry I did not notice that earlier, but I just saw her sitting there.
51.
She's number 50.
I'm 51.
51.
Good evening, and thank you for this opportunity. My name is K. Marie Walters. I'm Executive Director of Charlotte SoFest. Charlotte SoFest is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Charlotte SoFest was created to use arts and culture as a bridge to connect our community to two critical needs: access to quality health care and pathways to home ownership and economic mobility. During our inaugural Charlotte SoFest 2025, we welcomed more than 4,200 attendees and provided 22 mammograms for uninsured and underinsured women, blood donations that helped save 30 lives, health screenings and vaccinations, and we provided direct access to housing and financial literacy. Charlotte SoFest 2026 will return free to the public at First Ward Park and on Brevard Street in Uptown Charlotte during Labor Day weekend, bringing families together through community impact zones designed to educate, engage, and serve. The festival will feature a wellness village led by Novant Health with screenings, vaccinations, mammograms, preventive care resources, and a sickle cell blood drive, along with a community empowerment zone focused on affordable housing, financial literacy, workforce development, youth entrepreneurship, and small business support. What makes Charlotte SoFest impactful is our partnerships. Our 2025 partners included Mecklenburg County Public Health, One Blood, Novant Health, Envision Diagnostics, DreamKey Partners, Commonwealth Charlotte, and financial institutions working together to bring direct resources to the community. For Charlotte SoFest 2026, we have a budget of $100,000 and have raised $60,000 from the City of Charlotte, the Arts and Science Council, Founders Federal Credit Union, and Coca-Cola Consolidated. Charlotte SoFest also features a music stage, dance stage, family fun zone, and art walk, all free for the community. This evening, we respectfully request $15,000 in Mecklenburg County support to help close the remaining funding gap. We kindly ask that you consider Charlotte SoFest for funding until the community service grant returns. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you so much. All right, I appreciate everybody's patience. Jordan White, Sylvia Stitt. Jordan, come on down. Sylvia Stitt, come on down. You'll be up first, Jordan, just whenever you get ready.
Good evening to the board. Thank you for the time to speak tonight. My name is Jordan White. I am a K-12 music educator here in this great state of North Carolina, and I am also an Arts and Science Council representative for my school. Public funding for the Arts and Science Council constitutes more than a mere investment in creativity. It represents a foundational commitment to the cultural and social vitality of our community. In Mecklenburg County, support for the arts enhances our neighborhoods by fostering social cohesion, advancing local artists, and cultivating dynamic spaces where individuals can engage and express themselves. The significance of this support is especially evident within our educational institutions with the Arts and Science Council's school funding opportunities. When the arts are adequately funded, students gain access to music, theater, dance, and visual arts programs that stimulate imagination, promote self-confidence, and nurture critical thinking skills. Educators are equipped with the necessary resources and opportunities to inspire students through innovative pedagogical approaches. Empirical research demonstrates that students engaged in the arts achieve superior academic outcomes and develop essential life skills. By prioritizing public funding for the arts, like the Arts and Science Council, we are not only strengthening the fabric of our community, but also empowering our youth and educators to excel. It is imperative that we continue to advocate for sustained investment in the arts, as it fundamentally sharpens and shapes the future of Mecklenburg County. So I just want to say thank you again for your continued support and investment with the Arts and Science Council.
Thank you. Sylvia?
Good evening, Chairman Jarrell, the Board of County Commissioners, County Manager Bryant, and everyone who is still with us in the gallery tonight. My name is Sylvia Stitt. The value of an individual, an organization, and even an institution is oftentimes measured in their ability to keep their word. So here are words pulled directly from the Mecklenburg County Board of County Commissioners website. Mecklenburg County vision: to be the best local government service provider. Mecklenburg County mission: to serve Mecklenburg County residents by helping improve their lives and community. Keep your word. My son, Samuel Harrison Stitt, was 23 years old when he lost his life fatally in an act of gun violence. That was 7 years ago. Mecklenburg County's Department of Public Health, and specifically those programs focused on violence intervention, were and continue to be instrumental in helping me navigate through this experience. It gave me a place to connect, a place to put my passions to work, and a place to find my voice. And so I raise my voice now and ask for increased funding for Mecklenburg County Public Health in the amount of $500,000. As they face losing federal dollars, the ripple effects of this loss will be felt across our entire community, our state, and I dare say our nation. I've strategized with survivors and community violence intervention practitioners in Seattle, in Los Angeles, in Kentucky, in New York, in Ohio, and various other places across this country. I've addressed legislators at our nation's capital and in our own North Carolina General Assembly, and I stand with our community here in Mecklenburg County, boots on the ground with other organizations doing the work that's saving lives. That's what I get to do because of the work Mecklenburg County does, public health does. So to repeat, to be the best local government service provider to serve the Mecklenburg County residents by helping improve their lives and community. What better way to do this than to fund an agency that is saving the lives of the residents that you serve? Keep your word. Fund public health. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next we'll have Dr. Ricky Woods and Cheyenne Caldwell. And colleagues, we do have some folks that are not on your sheet that I received from the clerk, some names I received from the clerk. Dr. Woods?
Chairman Jarrell and members of the commission and county manager, let me first of all begin by expressing my sincere appreciation for prior funds that we have received from the county for summer camps, for outreach programs. Your prior support has allowed us to leverage additional support in our community to be able to continue to provide meals to seniors through our relationship with LIS and CVS. Our work with ACS has allowed, Arts and Science has allowed us to allow their youth orchestra to rehearse in our facility, continuing to leverage and provide opportunities. And we're continuing to provide meals to seniors who are facing food insecurities in our community 4 days a week, serving approximately 150 seniors a day. A faith story shared by both Jewish and Christian communities say that the men of Issachar were endowed with discernment to determine what Israel should do. And as a result, Israel took the correct action. The manager's budget results in the kind of discernment that balances the needs of the county and the economic uncertainty we face. This budget supports staffs, provides programs, supports education at both CMS and CPC, all without a property tax hike. The easy way would have been to request a tax hike, given what the state legislature is proposing, but the manager and the staff did the hard work to create a budget that works for all citizens. I strongly urge the commission to support the current budget that the manager has offered. Thank you.
Thank you. After Cheyenne, we'll hear from Larissa Mannion, Julian Wright, and Ken Shore.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Cheyenne Caldwell. I am the Western Piedmont organizer with Common Cause North Carolina. We are a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization focused on voter education and election protection. We work directly with communities across this region to make sure that every eligible voter has access to the polls and information they need to participate in our democracy. I'm here tonight to urge this board to prioritize election administration funding in this fiscal 2026-2027 budget. Election administration is funded primarily at the local level, which means you determine what elections look like for every voter in this county. And right now, that responsibility has never been more important. We're heading into a high turnout of 2026 election cycle while facing cuts to early voting statewide, shifts in election leadership, and state funding delays already putting pressure on local budgets. Our voters cannot afford for election funding to get lost in the shuffle. The county manager's recommended budget process of $333,000 for election administration. We're asking that this board to examine whether that amount is truly enough to make the needs of Mecklenburg County voters, including adequate early voting sites, fair poll worker pay, and voter education resources. Underfunding elections is a form of voter suppression, even when it's unintentional. Fewer early voting sites, reduced hours, understaffed polling places, these consequences can fall hard on working families, seniors, and communities of color in this county. Please fund our elections fully. The voters of Mecklenburg County are counting on you. Thank you.
Thank you. After this next group, we'll have Cristiano Mendez, Thomas Vincent, and the last speaker will be Nicole Fawad.
Good evening, Chairman Jarrell, County Commissioners, County Manager Bryant, and staff. My name is Larissa Magnon. I'm the CEO at Charlotte Center for Legal Advocacy, and I'm honored to be with you all tonight. I'm here to discuss our funding allocation in the proposed budget, particularly at the amount of $150,000, which has been proposed. I'm asking that we be restored funding to our previous levels of $408,000, particularly which we have received for the 5 years preceding last year. In fact, we've not received the suggested amount since 2011 prior to last year, and even then it was slightly higher than $150,000. Why is this important? Because we're the premier civil legal services organization for our county and the region. Our mission is simple. Is to pursue justice for those in need. And we do that by providing direct civil legal services and systemic advocacy for over 10,000 individuals every year. The impact of a lawyer is significant. especially for people who do not have access to justice and cannot afford one. People within the system who don't have a lawyer have about 30% chance success. Those who do have a lawyer, 70% or more. It also helps our economy and efficiency of our courts. Right now, we have one legal services attorney out of all the legal services organizations in our county for every 10,000 eligible clients. And that statistic was gathered prior to the loss of IOLTA funding and the dissolution of some of our nonprofits. So that number might actually be even more staggering. We understand the county's decision last year to reduce our funding. We know we had a lot of leadership transitions. Those have since been course corrected. We are now moving forward and in a good path. We're in the best position that we've been in years. We've paid off our building. We've acquired Council for Children's Rights so that program didn't dissolve completely so that our community could be served. And we created an endowment to make sure that justice continues to live in our location. We also understand the economic headwinds that the county is facing. It's the same as our organization and others. But what we also know is that our community and our vulnerable members of the community who need that support are facing that economic headwinds even more so. 5 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, Operation Charlotte's Web came through Charlotte. We were one of the first responders, one of the people who responded to the crisis, despite some of our immigration funding, including from the county, being dissolved. We're incredibly proud of the progress we've made and ask that you would consider funding us at the prior funding level of $400,000 so we can continue the work together. And now I'll have Julian Wright, board member, speak.
Good evening. My name is Julian Wright. A good bit of my time I practice at Robinson Bradshaw. Another good bit of my time I get to be a board member at the Charlotte Center for Legal Advocacy. We're initially grateful for the $150,000 in the manager's recommended fiscal year 27 Mecklenburg County budget. Those funds will help our public benefits and eviction prevention work. So thank you. We are disappointed, however, and quite frankly concerned at not getting another approximately $258,000. Specifically, $138,000 for our domestic violence project within our immigration justice program, and then another $120,000 for our veterans legal services. The $138,000 would combat human trafficking and abuse in the sex trade in Mecklenburg County. It gives too often defenseless female victims a civil legal voice to seek protection, to seek justice, and to break a cycle of a horrible life. It hopefully enables them to avoid hospitalization, jail, and a host of other civil services that the county winds up paying for if the cycle of oppression and vulnerability is not broken. The $120,000 would help veterans, military veterans in our community living in poverty to avoid homelessness and to maximize their Veterans Administration benefits and recoveries. If the program works the way we want it to, the federal VA money flows into Mecklenburg County instead of Mecklenburg County tax dollars going to help homeless, struggling veterans through hospitalization, jail, and a host of other social programs funded by the county. Several of you are at least as old as I am, if not older. Perhaps you remember the 1970s Fram oil filter commercial where the mechanic says, "You can pay me now, or you can pay me later." Spending on preventive maintenance, even when that preventive maintenance is done by lawyers, winds up costing a lot less than dealing with the difficulties, and indeed, we would say the horrors and the tragedies of not doing that maintenance, especially in the lives of some of our community's most vulnerable residents and citizens. On behalf of the Charlotte Center for Legal Advocacy, we urge you to opt for more preventive maintenance. We ask you for more funds to be able to provide civil legal aid and help for sex-trafficked immigrants in our community and for more legal aid for our veterans. Thank you.
I'm Kenneth Shore. Thank you for inviting us. Chairman Jarrell, Manager Bryant, Commissioners. I was the Executive Director of the Charlotte Center for Legal Advocacy from 1988 to 2022 when I retired. I go back as far as when Commissioner Griffin was one of our star advocates. In the 34 years I ran the agency, I spoke to the Commission in the budget hearing almost every year. I have missed you the last 4 years doing that. I know that there were some issues in the organization after I left that were very difficult. The agency has spoken about that. Have been involved with the agency in the last year since Ms. Menon has been the director, and I can tell you that the agency is now functioning very well. That the board is attentive and informed. The staff is organized well and buckled down, and I can tell you that they are in a position to deliver what they say they will in their grant documents. The agency is maintaining services despite cuts in grants, federal grants for programs like the Health Insurance Navigator Program and the Medicaid Ombudsman Program. And the North Carolina General Assembly froze all the funding from the State Bar IOLTA program. Despite that, they're maintaining services. The private bar that supports the agency has stepped up. We ran a campaign for the 30 years I was there, and in the most recent fundraising event, they raised $865,000 by asking private lawyers to double down, which many have in both volunteer and financial terms. The request is for significantly less than 10% of the operating budget. It is not, the agency is not dependent on the county for its existence, but this is very important money for very important programs. I appreciate that the county has supported the agency, I think since 1974, but since well before I started in 1988. And I appreciate that the county continues to do so. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So colleagues, with that, I did have two other names that I do not believe are here, Cristiano Mendez and Nicole Fawad. Already spoke, okay. Great. And thank you.
Valerie Kilger.
Valerie Kellogg, president of JCSU, she left.
Okay. I knew that.
Yeah. All right. So thank you. All right. At this time, everyone, we've heard from all of our speakers. I'm going to need a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. That is
Motion to
unanimous.
adjourn.
That's unanimous. It's been a motion to adjourn. Second. Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.